me a real challenge tonight. Four of the Trojans' leading players will be on the sidelines on crutches tonight and unable to go. J.B. Braswell, starting center, unable to go tonight. Wills Johnson, injured last Friday night, unable to play tonight. Tabor Alford also with a nagging injury all season, just not able to go the rest of the way. And Alford leaves with his 7 touchdown catches and on 628 yards receiving. You know, if you follow St. James football, he had 18 touchdown catches last season. So a big part of St. James offensive firepower gone with Alford unable to go tonight. And then Pruitt Connor, the Trojans' second leading rusher, second leading tackler alongside Wills Johnson. And, you know, Johnson last Friday night injured early in the game. He had a chance to become what we believe would have been the first player in St. James history with 400 tackles, a 3-year starter. And so the 2 inside linebackers unable to go tonight, Wills Johnson and Pruitt Connor, and that's going to put an enormous amount of pressure on St. James. Wills Kowski will be in there at one linebacker, and really not sure yet who will play the other inside linebacker for St. James. Last Friday night, again, the Trojans moved guys around with all those injuries, and in what was 55-35, those.
All right, JR, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Good.
Dylan Hines and Jackson Clifford, I thought last Friday night were real keys to the Trojans' victory that got St. James to 5-0 in region play and have moved them here tonight in what now will be a very, very important game. Tallassee only 4-2 on the season. Started the year with only a 9-game schedule, and then they had a game that was canceled. And so they've only played 6 games at this point. St. James has played 8. Tallassee 4-1 in region play, lost to Booker T. Washington 26-21. 2 big fourth quarter fumbles cost Tallassee a lead. Booker T. Washington scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They do have region wins over Munford, Bullitt County, Cleveland County, and then last week, quite honestly, I think a surprise, going to Handley and winning 31-22 last Friday night has put Tallassee in this position tonight that with a victory now and next Friday night, the Tigers would make a remarkable turnaround. They won 1 football game last year in 5A and stand now with a chance with a victory over St. James tonight to claim the number 1 seed and the region championship. In that game last Friday night in Handley, Handley scored on its first 2 possessions and took a 15-0 lead into the midway point in the midway point of the second quarter. And Tallassee scored 4 touchdowns before halftime. Their quarterback, Trent Morris, a nice runner, but really threw the ball very well last Friday night, especially in that second quarter. He threw touchdown passes of 34, 26, and 7 yards. And then right before halftime, ran another 7 yards for a touchdown. And Tallassee turned a 15-0 Handley lead to a 28-15 Tallassee lead. The game got as close as 28-22 early in the fourth quarter. Tallassee scored, but a field goal late. Handley scored, and then a field goal late by Tallassee put the game on ice. And that was a surprising 31-22 victory that has set up, what we'll call a winner-take-all game tonight. It's not exactly that way. Either team could lose next Friday night and would turn what happens tonight upside down. But both St. James and Tallassee likely to be prohibitive favorites next Friday night. Tallassee plays Talladega, that's won only 1 game. St. James plays Munford, that's won only 1 game as well. And so both teams will be prohibitive favorites next Friday night. Although these schools are not that far away, it's about 20 miles or so from the St. James campus here to Tallassee. They've only played 7 times through the years, and that's primarily because Tallassee is a much larger school than St. James. In the last 16 years, they've played almost all of that time in 5A. They were in the same region with the Trojans in 2012 and 2014. 13 when the Trojans were in 4A and Tallassee was in 4A. The Tigers slipped down from 5A this year, and we mentioned that last year, a 1-9 season in Class 5A. New coach here, Lawrence O'Neill, in his first year. He spent 3 years at Booker T. Washington in Tuskegee, took that team to the semifinals last year in Class 4A, bowing out against Montgomery Catholic. Now, that O'Neill name is familiar to you if you keep up with and know very much about high school football in Alabama. His dad, Jackie O'Neill, is in the Alabama High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame and has just a remarkable record from his time as head coach in Reeltown. He won 14 region and area titles, which is places him in above an elite level. Only a handful of coaches in the history of Alabama high school football can boast of that. His playoff record was 104-32. Won 104 playoff games, including 2 state championships and 2 runners-up, and he is on the sidelines tonight helping his son in his first year here at Tallassee. This football team will be well coached. There's no question about that. For St. James, just got to stop the quarterback, Trent Morris. And then the running game of Tallassee has improved substantially in the last 3 weeks. They like to spread you out. There'll often be times where there'll be a receiver outside the numbers on both sides of the football. They'll be in the spread almost all night. They do like to run the football, but run the football outside most of the time. They'll put a man in motion, hand the ball to him on a jet sweep. They'll put a man in motion, fake the handoff, dump it to him on a screen. They like the quick outside screens. They like the tunnel screens, and they like to keep the ball on the outside. The quarterback, when he runs, likes to run between the tackles. And so for St. James tonight, stop the run first. Keep that quarterback, Trent Morris, between the tackles. Don't let him scramble. 2 of those touchdown passes last week on scramble drill throws. So for St. James, that's the challenge tonight. And as we said, again, the Trojans will face that tonight a little bit shorthanded. The last 2 games for St. James, a victory over Booker T. Washington, and then last week over Cleveland County. The passing game and the throwing of quarterback Chase Perry has improved. In the last 2 games combined, Perry's 22 for 43 for 383 yards, 7 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. But that is a significant improvement in the passing game for St. James. If you've been with us all year, you know that this offense has gone through a journey in terms of trying to make lemonade out of lemons, to stay with how we started the broadcast. The Trojans started out in the spread against Montgomery Catholic, held their own, trailed against Catholic 28-14, and had the football in the fourth quarter, punted it back to Catholic, and the Knights scored a couple of touchdowns to set the final score. But St. James couldn't protect the quarterback early on, shifted into running the single wing, running some I formation, trying to slow the game down, possess the football. And now here the last 3 weeks, St. James has returned a bit and begun to sprinkle in the passing game. And Chase Perry seems to be a little more comfortable back there. The junior really hadn't played very much quarterback until this season. As you know, KJ Jackson, if you follow St. James football, a 4-year starter. Perry for 2 years, his backup, just, only on the field really when the Trojans had the game in hand, as Jackson was remarkably healthy during his career at St. James. So Chase Perry has had to grow into this position. He's run the ball with more authority. St. James has used his running ability in the last few games, and that has made a big difference for the Trojans as well. Running the football, St. James continues to struggle. We'll see tonight what the Trojans can do. Grant Phillips did rush for 104 yards last Friday night, the first 100-yard rusher for the season for the Trojans. And this is a football team that has a long legacy of running the football, 12 straight years with a 1,000-yard rusher. that will almost certainly be broken this year. But Phillips is rounding in and getting his feet under him and getting more settled and confident in running the football. And the St. James offensive line is beginning to make some holes and to control the line of scrimmage much, much better. And that will be important tonight. St. James has got to control the clock, got to be able to run the football a bit tonight to keep this very dangerous Tallassee offense off the side, on the sidelines and off the field, so that St. James can shorten the number of possessions that Tallassee has tonight. We will tell you that there's no question that we will not see tonight something that happened when Tallassee and St. James met back at Carlisle Field in 2012. That night, the officials were delayed for almost an hour and a half, a scheduling mix-up, and 4 officials drove from Clanton to Carlisle Field. The game started at about 8:25. Only 4 officials on the field that night. At the end of one quarter, it was 14-14. Fourth quarter started, it was 28-21. Tallassee scored late to cement that victory. And so we're not going to have that problem tonight. The officials are here, and we're going to be able to get football started at 7 o'clock in what is a very, very important football game. It's St. James 5-0 in region play, Tallassee 4-1 here at Hot O'Brien Stadium, and this one ought to be a good one. The Trojans, again, a little thin tonight. Back to how we began this. The effort tonight is to make some lemonade out of what are the challenges that St. James will face tonight. Good thing, it's nice and cool. The guys that will have to play both ways tonight, it should not be anything like it was back in August. St. James versus Tallassee. I'm Sonny Brassfield. I'll hand it over to J.R. Brown and Steve Culler in a few minutes. But before that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in 3 minutes with the Alabama One Credit Union Trojan Scouting Report. I'll have my visit with head coach Aubrey Blackwell. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
Welcome to Flavor Showdown. It's time for the lightning round. A snack that's actually a meal.
Zaxby's Big Zax Snack?
A superhero would have this superpower.
Grilled chicken sandwich vision!
Now your favorite Zaxby's meals are only $5.99. The Big Zax Snack, boneless wings, chicken sandwich, chicken finger sandwich, or the grilled chicken sandwich meal, each served with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce drink.
Zaxby's, friends, family, flavor. Limited time only. Participating locations only.
Gulf States Distributing has served the law enforcement, military, and first responder equipment needs for over 40 years. Along with their 100-plus product lines of law enforcement equipment and apparel, they have one of the largest ammunition inventories in the Southeast. Gulf State's well-stocked showroom and friendly staff reflect a hometown atmosphere. Visit them today at 6000 East Shirley Lane. Gulf States Distributing's mission is to provide quality products at competitive prices with exceptional service.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Do you ever see someone with a smile on their face and wonder, what have they been doing? It could be because they just left the offices of Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Bootner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, as well as offering an in-house discounted membership plan for patients without insurance. Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Visit them at montgomerydentistry.com.
The Trojan Scouting Report with head coach Aubrey Blackwell is sponsored by Alabama One Credit Union, your financing partner for auto, mortgage, commercial, land, agriculture, equipment, and high-interest deposit accounts. Alabama One is a proud sponsor of St. James Athletics. Join now at alabama1.org or visit any of their 27 branches statewide, including their local branches in Montgomery, Millbrook, and coming soon in Pike Road. Visit alabama1.org for more information. Sonny Brassfield with head coach Aubrey Blackwell on the Alabama One Credit Union Trojan Scouting Report. Well, Coach, back in the middle of the summer, did you think you would be playing for a region championship tonight?
No, we didn't. I knew that we were going to have a tough football team that was going to play hard. And, the unknowns were how good was BTW and Hanley going to be? How good was Tallasse going to be? And, how good was Cleveland County going to be? Because, every few years, Heflin, Alabama puts out one heck of a football team. And also knew about Jeremy Vines at Bullock and Coach Dorsey at Talladega. And, so we didn't know. And we had so many question marks, so many new guys playing. And I told the dads at breakfast this morning how proud I was of their guys. And, I knew that we would be in the mix, but I did not think we'd be talking about region championship. We were talking in the summer, like, all right, what do we need to do to get in the playoffs? What do we need to do to get in the playoffs? And, we say all that. And tonight, if we can't get the job done, BTW beats Hanley, then we're a three-way tie and could possibly finish third, depending on how next week goes. And so, it's still a lot of work to be done. Still a lot of things on the line. But more importantly tonight, region championship opportunity for us. And that's the standard that was set a long time ago here. And we want to continue to try to fight for it.
Well, and you talked about the fight and determination of your football team. I think in watching them play, having watched St. James football for a long time, I think that's something the coaching staff can be very, very proud of, how hard these guys have played. Winning 5 region games, I don't care how good this team or that team was, winning 5 region games and sitting here where you are, just a huge compliment to this coaching staff and the guys who have worked with you all the way back in June.
Yeah, absolutely. And to all the kids that have played hurt, I mean, that's, you go 5-0, you've got your best players are on the field. And we've had several games this year in region games where we were missing 2 or 3 starters and still found a way. That's a testament to the kids that are out there paying attention, even though they may not get in the 1 reps, they're paying attention to what's going on and they're ready to play when their number's called. I said it at the assembly on Thursday. I mean every word of it. I'm really proud of this group and the sacrifices that they've made for the school, their families, and this program.
Well, last Friday night, on senior night, you really kind of had your way with Cleveland County. Final score, what's coaches always say, the game wasn't as close as the score indicated. A couple of late touchdowns, but pretty impressed on senior night with 2 juniors who I thought played their best games of the season. Grant Phillips running the football, beginning to look like a running back.
Oh, yeah. Made some tremendous cuts, y'all. Just a lot of yards after contact. I want to say over 60% of his yards were yak yards. Doing a great job of making a play. He made 3 plays out of nothing where we missed a block, and his first contact was made on the line of scrimmage, and he ends up, getting us 12 and 15, and really big night for him.
And then the other junior I thought played his best game of the year, and that's your quarterback. A few times in St. James history, quarterbacks have thrown 4 touchdown passes, and he's got his name on that list now last Friday night.
Yeah, and our receivers did a great job of getting open for him too. And, he got hit a lot early and, being able to stand in the pocket. He made some big time throws. There were a couple of right out the gate where, he showed his arm strength. And, that was 1, too. We knew this was going to be Tabor's last game as a Trojan. And, just watching him, what he did and how he performed, getting guys open, getting him the chance. And, both of those guys, just really proud of them. Chase has gotten better every week. really has. And tonight he's got to play as a next step up, and every week I think he has. Every week he has improved his game in some way, in some facet. And tonight he's got an opportunity to again improve as a quarterback and continue to do things to put us in a good situation.
Well, I also want to talk for a minute before we take our break about your kicking game, which has really been a strength of your football team. And we talked last Friday on the broadcast. There's Dylan Hines playing more and more snaps, every snap on defense. Now you're having to use him on offense because of some injuries that you mentioned earlier, and still coming in and booting the football.
Yep, just he has just been. He's been that way since I got in the weight room in April.
Really?
He was playing soccer in the middle of soccer season, and he's in the weight room lifting. And I say, "Don't you have a soccer game tomorrow?" And he's like, "I don't care. I got to get better. Got to get bigger and stronger." And so, he's been fighting and working for this football season for a long time, and it's something that Dylan is just one man. He's always smiling. He is always having high energy. He's always paying attention to the details. And Dylan loves to win. You see it on the soccer field too. He's a tenacious soccer player and plays soccer like a football player, which I love it.
Yep.
I love it. He's a very, very physical soccer player as well. And so, what a unbelievable kid to coach and so much fun. He's having the year that he worked for, that he started putting in this work in the spring.
Well, it's game 8. Hard to believe. St. James versus Tallassee. Trojans 5-0 in region play. And, Coach, we're going to take a break. And when we come back on the Alabama One Credit Union Trojan Scouting Report, we'll talk a little bit about the guys on the other side of the field tonight. We'll be right back. This is Sonny Brassfield with head coach Aubrey Blackwell.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm glad to see that you are a proud supporter of St. James football, but also remember, when you're going out to the football game, make sure you pack a designated driver. Right now, during the holiday season and coming up holiday season, we can see a lot of people on the roads, and we want you to feel safe. So make sure when you're packing your tailgate supplies that you pack a designated driver.
At TW Orthodontics, we go above and beyond in caring for the needs of our patients by offering a wide array of affordable treatments that deliver beautiful smiles. Using the most effective and efficient treatment methods, such as Invisalign and braces, our orthodontic specialists are eager to help you achieve the smile you deserve. When you come to our office, you're not just a patient, you're family. 4635 Woodmere Boulevard in Montgomery, twortho.com.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, "The staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing." Or, "My teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great." If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these 3 words. KD Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, KD Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, KD Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of KD Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, KD Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We're back at Hot O'Brien Stadium in Tallassee. I said in the opening, Coach, this is probably the biggest 4A high school football stadium in the state. And it looks like almost everybody in Tallassee is here.
Oh yeah, for years they have shut it down. Even when I was, 4 or 5 years old, heading towards Lake Martin on the weekends to go see my grandparents, and if you didn't want to come through Tallassee between 6 and 10 at night, because it was going to be really slow and they was going to be packed out. And I still remember when they built that side of the stadium, because they fill it up. You see it now, and tonight will be no different. This is only their second home football game this year, just how their schedule worked out. And so, the whole entire town of Tallassee is excited. They're having a good year. They have a chance to win a region championship, and that's a long way what they've come from their last 2 or 3 years. And Coach O'Neill's done a really good job with this group in a short period of time. And he's had some help. He's got a couple of kids in. Well, that one of Dadeville's football stars last year is here. He's wearing number 0. Played at Dadeville last year. Their leading receiver and an offensive production guy, Jordan King, played at Pike Road last year. He's a transfer in that has been, 60% of their offense. And then they have another player, number 6, who is a transfer from Southern Prep Academy, AISA school out of Camp Hill. He's their second leading receiver. And so, he's got 3 transfers here that are getting, the majority of their the balls on offense, and they're playing both sides of the ball, and a talented sophomore quarterback. He's not a big kid, but the kid plays big. He's really hot, really tough runner. He's quick. He loves to get the ball out of the pocket. He's got a good arm. He does a good job of getting those 2 receivers an opportunity down the field. And what he does down the field helps the running back from Dadeville, number 0, get opportunities in the run game. So, they're a lot better than they were last year, and they've gotten better every week. I told Coach O'Neill that over the phone. I congratulated him, not because of the year they're having, but because from the first game we watched, because we watched them versus MA
Montgomery
right
Academy.
out the gate.
Yep.
And I thought they played probably the worst half of football in the entire year in the first half. In the second half, they almost came back and beat MA. And and that was a testament to those 3 players we just talked about. 4, including the quarterback. So we have a challenge tonight. This is a good football team, and that's playing really good football right now. And we're playing really good football right now too. Even though we're down a couple of guys tonight, the guys that have been able to come in and step in for them are playing good football too. And looking forward to a huge playoff atmosphere type crowd tonight.
Well, and you mentioned this is only the second home game of the year for Tallasse. They only had 9 games scheduled, and then had a game that ended up only a portion of it being played. You've already played 8 games. Does that play into tonight at all?
I don't think so. They do they've done a really good job this year, and especially early in games. They're in good shape. But as far as us, we've played a lot of big ones on the road. That's the good thing about going into tonight. I'm not worried about, my kids and this game being too big for them. I think that's one thing that's really helped us in a lot of our big region games is that our kids, our seniors and juniors, they ran out of the tunnel at Jordan Hare Stadium. And they're 28,
went down to Mobile Christian
in a big time game last year, and had a chance to win the game at the end. And this is a team that we don't shy away from big games when it comes like this. And so I'm excited about that. That's not normal for the kids on the other side tonight. It's been a long time since Tallasse played for a region championship. I think it's been 4 years. And so this is a big game, and there's a lot of young new players at Tallasse that have to get used to that. So I think that's an advantage for us tonight.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your defense that will be challenged tonight with the talent you've talked about. A lot of speed from Tallasse, but you're playing a few more guys. Certainly had to play more guys early in the season, but that's built. You've got more depth tonight than you had when this season started on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, absolutely, because we've had to play so many guys. We've had so many injuries here and there, and the cool weather is going to help us because we're going to be able to play some of our our better guys more often tonight. They play all of their skill guys on offense besides the quarterback play defense. They never come off the field. The guys we talked about, 4, 0, 5, and 6, those 4 guys they're playing. Their tight end is also their will linebacker. Their second string tight end is also their Sam linebacker. And so, their skill guys don't come off, but really, honestly, ours don't either.
That's right.
And so we're neck and neck on that. Offensive line wise, 4 of their 5 offensive linemen don't play both ways. They have one that plays both ways. He plays 3 technique or 4 technique, and also plays tackle. And then they have a nose guard and another 4 that don't play offensively. But that's so all things even on that perspective as well. So just like any 4A football game, you always wonder who the white hat and the officials are going to be. But this is the game of this magnitude. I expect to be the best crew that their association has.
Well, and you mentioned their linemen. There have been some games this season where, to use an old Jimmy Perry line, St. James lost the warm-ups where you looked out there and said, man, their guys outweigh St. James linemen 60 and 70 pounds. Man, it's a fairer fight at the line of scrimmage tonight.
It is. They're not huge by any means. They average about 5'11", 6 foot, 240 pounds, 250 pounds. And so that's about our average, to be honest with you. We're a little bit lighter in the pants on the offensive line, not much. So, all things even on that. You add Andrew Sellers in, ninth grader that's starting to get some playing time and really starting to come into his own. I think we even out the averages with that 6'5", 300-pound monster. So, I'm excited about where we are. We're not as healthy as we want to be, but we're healthy enough to be able to put a really good game plan and good effort on this field tonight.
Well, it's St. James versus Tallassee for the region championship here tonight at Hot O'Brien Stadium. We'll be right back with kickoff. Good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thanks. Go Trojans.
We'll be right back. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
Adams Drugs is proud to be a sponsor and partner with the St. James football program. We have served families of the River region for over 62 years. At Adams Drugs, we take pride in our excellent customer service and our commitment to the community. We offer wellness screenings, compounding, immunizations, a specialty pharmacy, and delivery service, just to name a few. Let Adams be your pharmacy choice. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest you.
Hi, Montgomery County Probate Judge J.C. Love here. I want to wish the St. James Trojans an exciting and successful season. We're cheering for you every step of the way. Go Trojans. And while you're gearing up for the games, don't forget to protect what's important off the field too. Our REACT program helps safeguard your property from fraud and theft. Visit our website or call us today to learn more about REACT and how you can protect your home and investment. Let's have a great football season and a secure future. Go Trojans.
At TW Orthodontics, we go above and beyond in caring for the needs of our patients by offering a wide array of affordable treatments that deliver beautiful smiles. Using the most effective and efficient treatment methods, such as Invisalign and braces, our orthodontic specialists are eager to help you achieve the smile you deserve. When you come to our office, you're not just a patient, you're family. 4635 Woodmere Boulevard in Montgomery, twortho.com.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
You are listening live from, pun intended, one of the hotbeds of high school football here in Central Alabama, J.E. Hot O'Brien Stadium in the city of Tallasse, Alabama, as St. James has traveled for the fourth time up to Tallasse to face off in a Class 3A region or Class 4A Region 3 matchup against the homestanding Tallasse Tigers. And it may be more like a primetime radio episode of General Hospital tonight for St. James, as we have quite a few starters out. We'll go into that later in the game. The captains for both teams have lined up on the field. Captains for Tallasse, who's in purple tops with yellow helmets, reminiscent of the yellow LSU helmets with THS instead. Yellow pants with purple and white stripes. Their captains include number 2, Joseph Hooks, number 3, Chase Chumley, number 23, Caleb Jackson, and number 51, Caden Clayton. The St. James captains, they're, of course, in their white uniforms with the white helmets, blue numbers surrounded by red. Number 3, Braylon Corley, number 56, C.J. Edwards, number 15, Chase Perry. And we welcome back number 16, Pruitt Connor, with a big brace on his right knee, but at least he is back tonight. They're having the pregame meeting. Like we said, St. James is going to be short some starters. We've got 3 of them on the sidelines. Of course, J.B. Braswell out for the second week. He's on crutches. Wills Johnson, broken ankle, and he's going to be out for a while. And, of course, Tabor Alford had surgery earlier this week. All 3 of them are on crutches and down on the field supporting the team. But St. James is going to try to find a way to make it 29 straight region victories, and if they do so, they will win the Class 4A Region 3 championship. The coin is flipped. St. James did win the toss, something that has not happened very often this season. And it appears that St. James has elected to receive. Took a while for the referee to do that. And Tallasse will kick off. They'll defend the south end zone as the very last vestiges of sunlight have vanished over Highway 14 West. I'm J.R. Brown, the backup announcer, as you may tonight. The B team's in, but we've got to give credit to IT guru Steve Cutler, who's got it all together for us tonight. He'll be joining us with stats and commentary as well. Tallasse has a contingent lined up out on the field as their team is about to come out on the field, and the St. James players are as well. And there go the lights, and there go the Tigers. And from the south end zone, here come the Trojans. We are seated about 40 feet high on the east side, which is the press box side of Todd O'Brien Stadium. So we'll have a good look out. You can see us through our camera. Got a little bit of a rail around us, which quite frankly this high is a good safety feature. But the weather, you couldn't ask for better weather for high school football. Temperature will be in the low 60s and will probably drop to the 50s, maybe even the high 40s before the game is over. There is absolutely no wind, so that should not play an effect. And there hadn't been a cloud in the sky, it seems like, for about 10 days, and it probably won't be for about 10 more. The field appears to be in pretty good shape as Tallasse has the ball at their 40-yard line, and they are lining up for the opening kickoff. Number 30, Urin Rodriguez, I'll have trouble saying that name all night, is the primary kicker for Tallasse. Deep for St. James, number 3, Braylon Corley, and number 6, Grant Phillips. They're standing at about the 12-yard line, and we are about ready for football. This is a very big game in Class 4A Region 3. There's the kick. It's a bouncer. It is fielded by Corley at the 14-yard line. He's going to go to the side. He breaks a tackle and gets into the second line of defense. He is taken down at the 29-yard line by number 11, Cortland Roberts. But about a 15 to 18-yard return. And St. James will start 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Chase Perry will start as quarterback. It's good to see him in. It's also good to see Pruitt Connor in the backfield. Although right now it's Miles Zukowski who is starting as running back. Mason Craig is split wide. Corley is on the near side wide. 1st down and 10. 5 seconds remaining on the clock. And the first handoff to Zukowski, and he is going to rush forward. And the ball has come loose, and it is picked up by Tallasse, and they're going to run in for a touchdown.
Wow, that he certainly looked down. Holy cow!
Zukowski was down, and the St. James stands are just, in surprise. The play looked stopped after about a 4-yard gain, and
I don't even see officials talking.
No,
I mean, they're spotting the ball for the PAT attempt, and they're certainly not looking at Coach Blackwell.
No, nor should they.
Number 30, Rodriguez, to attempt to point out the touchdown.
So that was a pretty much disaster on the first play of the game. Tallasse returns a fumble about 29 yards for a touchdown. And Rodriguez, after the extra point, or after the kickoff, converts the extra point. We are only 23 seconds into the game, and Tallasse, which has not run an offensive play, is up 7-0. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ. We are back just in time for the kickoff, and it was fielded by Grant Phillips at the 10-yard line, and he makes great yardage coming out all the way out across the 40-yard line. He was down to the last line of defense. Ball's out to the 42-yard line. In fact, it was Rodriguez, the kicker, who was in on the tackle. And let's hope the second series of plays goes much better than the first. Tallasse up 7-0 after St. James' first offensive play. A very dubious fumble recovery and return for a touchdown. Perry on first down keeps the ball. He's going to go wide. He takes the ball out across the 40, and he's not being taken down. He's being pushed laterally as he gets up to the 49-yard line. Walker Wells finally brought him down, but
good pick up there and good block by 19.
Right, Dylan Hines.
Dylan to seal it off, but also not get the flag. He did a good job there.
Right, great job. And it's good to see some plus yardage and held onto the ball. That's something that St. James will need. Eliminate the turnovers, and we'll need plus yardage on first down. That was a 7-yard pickup, and they're just short of Tallasse territory. 2nd down and 3. Ball this time handed off to Phillips. He is going to get into Tallasse territory, and he's going to be down to the 48-yard line. Looks like just about the yardage he needed. Went behind the block of C.J. Edwards, number 2, Joseph Hooks, with the stop. And a first down has been granted to St. James, 1st and 10 in Tallasse territory at the 48-yard line. Again, we'll be seeing some different names, especially in the wide receiver core. Number 12, Michael Hassel is in now. Mason Craig is wide on the far side, and you may see a lot more running. Still have yet to see Pruitt Connor in the game. The ball is pitched out to Braylon Corley. He's going to be taken down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. And again, good positive yardage on first down. That's going to be a 4 or 5-yard gain down to the 43. And St. James looks to be back in control after that first play shock. It is 2nd down and 5 yards to go. We're inside 10 minutes of the first quarter, and Tallasse with a very quick 7-0 lead, and they have not touched the ball yet.
We have moved the ball in 4 different running plays, and we've done different running plays each time.
Right. And Tallasse hadn't adapted yet. There's the first pass completed to Corley on the far sideline. He's inside the 40, knocked backwards, and he's going to be hit out of bounds. But the gain's going to be about, he's only going to be marked forward progress to the 41. Was a quick pass. It'll be 3rd down and about, I'd say 3.5 yards to go. St. James headed toward the scoreboard in the south end zone. It's maybe not a true north-south stadium, maybe a bit northwest to southeast. 3rd down, a long 3 yards to go. Perry takes the ball. He's keeping on the right side.
Oh, yeah,
He's
go,
got
boy.
Plenty of room.
Yep.
Number 2, Joseph Hooks, had to key on the running back, or Corley, who was in the backfield. But Perry takes the ball inside the 40 to the 37-yard line, and that's going to be plenty enough for another St. James first down.
Looks like the game plan or this first drive, I'm going to call it the first drive because it feels like that.
It is.
It is trying to really get the ball to the outside pretty quick. We've seen a couple of pitches, a couple quick outs.
Right, yeah, no pocket throws or anything like that, but this might be the play to try to go wide. We've got Corley in motion in front of Perry. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 37, and Perry is going to toss over the middle. It's caught. Big hit. Ball comes loose, but he's down. And, in fact, they have ruled the pass incomplete. Corley, ball was knocked loose by number 12, Wells. Can't argue with that one as much as the dubious fumble, and that's what it's going to be referred to from now on. It will be 2nd and 10. Corley was wide open over the middle and would have been probably a first down yardage gain. So it's 2nd and 10. From the Tallasse 37, a fine crowd representing both sides here tonight. 8:41 remaining in the first quarter. St. James on the move after a couple of first downs. It is 2nd and 10. It's time the ball handed to Grant Phillips. He's going to take it up the middle and run into the Tallasse line at the 35-yard line.
Give number 6, Grant Phillips.
That was a short gain. Good block by Caleb Green, but The Tiger defense closed in on him after a 2-yard pickup. First big third down and long conversion of the night, 3rd down and 8. And it's in that range where it may be 2-down territory. So we'll see if St. James plays for 8 yards on 2 plays or tries to get it all on first. Phillips in the backfield. Handoff faked. Perry takes a pass, and it is caught by Corley. He's down the sidelines, and we have to get a look. He is out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The short passes had that potential defender fooled, and Corley just raced by him. And that's going to be 1st down and 10. Ball will be at the 11-yard line.
Chase with a really, really nice lofted soft pass just into that pocket there between the numbers and the sideline.
Fantastic. Looked like Connor was going to make his first appearance of the night, but he was called back out. 1st and 10. Phillips still in the backfield. Clock is stopped at 7:54 out of the out of bounds play. Perry once again trying to repeat a play off the middle, and the ball came loose again. And who's on top of it?
It looks like we got a white jersey. It looks like
so.
it. It's one of his linemen. It's one of his linemen. I can't tell who it is yet.
He is solo down there among a lot of players. So another ball hit the ground.
Nope, it was Grant Phillips, number 6.
Grant Phillips. All right. Gets the ball. The play is back to the 15-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down, 14 for a 1st down, 15 for a touchdown. And ball security, of course, has got to be prime. You know, the field is dry. There's no wet conditions. So, I mean, there shouldn't be any issues with a slippery ball. It's just Perry tried to run a play he had big success on earlier and was met at the 10-yard line, and the ball was knocked loose. Got 3 wide, 2nd down and long. Perry's pass over the middle is low and is incomplete. That was intended for Mason Craig. Thrown low where nobody else could have caught the ball, but he had to dive forward at the 5-yard line and could not complete the catch. It will be 3rd down and 14 for the 1st down, 15 for the touchdown here on the near sidelines. And there goes Connor in bringing to play his first appearance in, I believe, 4 weeks, and we're so happy to see him.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 4 wide, Dylan Hines, Connor, Corley, and Craig. And we got Michael Hassel on the left, completely empty backfield. Perry has time, but he has to throw quick. Pass is complete.
Still on his
caught
feet.
and
Still on his
going,
feet.
and he is going to get down near the goal line if he did not get in.
Dylan Hines, 19.
Dylan Hines is going to be right at the 1-yard line, and we have to
First
look
down,
to
first
see it
down.
is a 1st down, which is pretty amazing. He was able to get a 1st down without scoring. Ball is on about the 2-foot line, and Hines made a leap to make that catch. An absolute overload of receivers on that far sideline. 1st and goal. Zukowski and Connor in the backfield. Perry keeps, and he's going to be pushed into the end zone, it looks like.
Oh, my gosh. Still
There
no
is no
signal.
call.
They're not giving it to him.
They are not going to give it to him, but he had to have gotten at least half the distance. And the ball was withheld, so it's 2nd down, and the ball, I mean, there can't be that much space between the ball and the goal line. 2nd down again, Zukowski and Connor in the backfield. Perry looking for the play. Near the halfway point of the 1st quarter, will he call the same play? He will.
He will.
And it looks like this time
He has fallen in. It has to be there. There
there's
it
a
is.
touchdown, finally. The near side referee would not call it. The far side referee did, and Perry is in for a touchdown. What a fantastic answering drive. St. James gets a great kickoff return and moves down the field steady. Just a few passes, a lot of running, and Perry seals it with the 1-yard run. 5:58 to go, and Hines is in to try to tie the game up before Tallasse gets their hands on the ball.
Yeah, got to be proud of that response by the team, the coaching staff and the boys. Hey, not what we wanted, didn't like the call, but we've bounced back. We've controlled the ball, moved it down the field. tied the ball game.
Absolutely. Extra point good. We're 7-7. Less than 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, the staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing. Or, my teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great. If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these 3 words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We've just had the kickoff here, and it was a short pooch kickoff as 3 very dangerous Tallassee wide receivers were deep to field the ball. Ball was fielded up close by Bryson Rigsby, and he took the ball up to the 39-yard line, was wrapped up by Miles Zukowski. It looked like for a second he might lose the ball. But Tallassee now has their first offensive play of the game at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. They have 2 in the backfield. I was in motion, and the handoff goes to 0, Roderick Green.
Good play.
And he is stopped. He was
Jackson
tripped up by
Clifford.
Jackson Clifford, who there was just a smidgen of doubt as to whether he would be eligible for this game, but he was, and he's out there and made a fine tackle on the first play. He's going to be given credit, Green, for about maybe a yard and a half gain, 2 yards. 2nd down, the misdirection, and that's one of Tallassee's staples. So it's important to be fixated on your responsibility. Number 16, Trent Morris is the quarterback. He is in the shotgun, and he's ready to throw. The pass is complete, and that's going to be up near a 1st down. Number 3, Chase Chumbley with the stop. Jacob Cadell, or with the catch, Jacob Cadell had to stop. The gain is good for 9 yards. Still in Tallassee territory, but that'll be their initial 1st down of the game. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 49-yard line. Looks like Tallassee so far may be running short passes as well. Cadell goes to cover Chumley again, this time on the opposite side. We've got 3 wide on the near, and Tallassee looking to pass. He's got plenty of time, and the ball is thrown to Jordan King at the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if he was expecting the pass or not, but it may have been a little bit behind him and incomplete. Zukowski was on the coverage.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things they were talking about, that they were trying to really make sure that number 4 didn't get a clean release, and he didn't. He did not get a clean release off the right side, and when he came across, I think the timing of the play might have been a little thrown off, and it was kind of behind him, so we're thankful. It was good defensive play, so let's see what 2nd down brings.
That's good. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Again, still in Tiger territory. We're tied at 7, 4.5 minutes. And the keeper and finding room on the outside is Jordan, and he's going to get inside the Trojan 40-yard line. In fact, he'll step out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain, and that will be good enough for another Tallassee 1st down. Number 73, Grayson Cole, was a pulling guard on that play and took out, I believe it was Clifford, and he had plenty of room to the wide side and just ran out of sideline. That could have been a much bigger gain. Tallassee, first play in St. James territory at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Morris again in the shotgun. And ball handed off on the far side to King. He's got room on the outside, and he is fast, and he is going to go for a touchdown.
Yeah, we lost containment.
Lost containment. It's 40 yards, and once he got to about the 35-yard line, he just kicked in the gear, and there's no question he's the fastest player on the field, and he showed it there. So a 40-yard touchdown run by King, and Tallasse is trying to get back up by 7 points again in a quickly moving and lots of yardage gained first quarter. And the kick is good. We're at 4:16 remaining in the first quarter. Tallasse 14, St. James 7. We'll be back. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Paint and Body, we turn uh-oh into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better than before. When life throws a collision your way, count on us to smooth out the stress. We don't just fix cars. We treat every customer like family, because that's what the Turners are all about. From little fender benders to total body repair, visit Montgomery Paint and Body, East Shirley Lane on the East Boulevard, or call 27-REC. At Montgomery Paint and Body, your vehicle will be as good as new, maybe better.
We are back just in time. Urin Rodriguez's kickoff goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Actually, it been marked out of bounds at the 14-yard line, but I feel sure St. James will gladly take the ball at the 35-yard line to start their possession instead of risking another kickoff. They will. And the Trojans will have 1st and 10. That's right, marking it at the 35-yard line. Tallasse is trying to get him to mark it 5 yards further back, but it's actually legally at the 30 plus a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10 for St. James, trailing by 7. Jackson put from the backfield in motion, snap to Perry, handoff up the middle, and finding room on the sideline is Phillips. He's dragged down by King. King is everywhere so far in this game, but the ball's up to the 39-yard line. So a 4-yard pickup. We have a flag on the play, and it looks like St. James is going to be called for holding in the interior of the line. The flag is at the 36-yard line, so it'll be a 10-yard mark-off from there. I'll go back to the 26-yard line, so it'll be 1st down and 19. Autumn out, but the flag a little bit down the field, and St. James, what they don't want is 1st down, 2nd down, and long. But you've got 3 plays to get the 1st down. Ball is faked, and once again, the pitch play to Corley. He looks forward and did not have room outside, and is going to get back up to the 26-yard line. Minimal gain, if any. Runs into Trammell McCoy.
2nd down.
They'll give him forward progress to the 27, so that's going to be 2nd down and 18. The pitch looked good, but there was containment on the outside, and Corley probably wisely decided to take it back up the middle to avoid a loss, and did manage to pick up a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and long for St. James. We've got Corley and Craig deep on the far sideline, and we've got a flag prior to the snap, but I think this one might be against Tallasse, and that is the case. So St. James is going to get a free 5 yards back if it's 10-yard penalty.
I was really worried they were going to flag Grant Phillips for coming in motion and not getting set. It looked like he came out of the backfield and got onto the line of scrimmage, and I thought they were going to say he didn't get set. So
absolutely,
thankfully we'll take it.
The ball up to the 32-yard line. It's 2nd down and a little bit more manageable, 13 yards. Empty backfield for Perry. His throw over the middle is intended for Hines, and it is incomplete. may have been just a little bit too much air. He had an open spot right in the middle of the field for a while, but King again seems to be near the ball every chance he gets. So it will be third down and about 13 yards to go.
Yeah, pretty well thrown ball, and Dylan looked like he got a hand on it, but it would have been a really, really good completion. Like you said, King was right there to lay a lick on Dylan.
Right. It is third down. Hines has been the target twice and was successful once. Third down, big conversion needed, and we've got a whistle. And before the play, Tallasse has called a timeout. That'll be the first timeout of the half. 2:40 to go. Let's take a break. Tallasse 14, St. James 7. We'll be back. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I've been an athlete all my life, and unfortunately, I know what it means to be injured. I know the value of having the very best care. This is St. James head coach Aubrey Blackwell. The Trojans rely on Encore Sports Medicine care for our most valuable assets, our student athletes. But you don't have to be an athlete to benefit from their expertise. There are 2 Montgomery area locations, one on the Eastern Boulevard and one in Pike Road. Take it from me. I trust Encore Sports Medicine to take care of our Trojans, and you can trust them too.
We are back after a Tallasse timeout. St. James third down and about 13 yards to go. Perry is looking deep. His pass is intended once again for Hines, a bit low and incomplete. Number 7, Rush Wright, was on the coverage. The pass would have been up to about the 40-yard line, so would not have gained the first down, even if complete. So fourth down, it looks like the Trojans are going to punt for the first time. This game is important in the 4A Region 3 standings. St. James is undefeated at 5-0 in the region. Tallasse is 4-1 with their lone loss to Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington is also 4-1. Their lone loss, of course, to St. James. They're playing a good big game against Bullitt County tonight, and the way those games turn out will have a big say on how the playoffs will go in 4A Region 3. Hines' punt is away. It's into Tallasse territory and takes a big bounce. And the ball is fielded at the 36-yard line. The ball went away from King. Chase Chumley took the ball, and he's going to return the ball up to the 47-yard line. Ford Bass was in on the stop of the play. That was a good punt of 45 yards, about a 12-yard return, and Tallasse will begin their second position at almost the same spot they began their first and 10 at their own 47-yard line. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Tallasse up 14-7. Tallasse scored on a 29-yard fumble recovery on the first play of the scrimmage play of the game. St. James and Tallasse each have had drives for touchdowns since.
Got a lot of good pressure. Will Wright with some good pressure there.
Right, yeah. Number 16, Morris, was looking for a downfield pass, but Wright got in quick, and Morris just lifted the ball over the St. James sidelines, very, very safely incomplete, and he runs to the sidelines for further instructions. It's second down. That's one thing that St. James is going to have to continue to do. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but get pressure on the quarterback and watch out for King. He's in the wing this time. Jackson Clifford's been assigned to him this time. Second down, handoff, and finding a little bit of room is 0 Roderick Green. He's taken down at the 50-yard line. There's Pruitt Connor in on defense. Good to see him able to play that. C.J. Edwards, Miles Zukowski in on the stop as well. Ball is exactly touching the midfield stripe directly in front of us. Couldn't ask for a better location. About, I'd say, 40, 50 feet up above the field. Third down and 7 yards to go. right at midfield. Watch out for number 4, King. He is currently uncovered. Morris is back to pass, and it is on the sidelines, and it is a catch by number 6. Kevin Mason is going to get the ball at the 38-yard line. Marked at the 37. That's good enough for 13 yards, and Tallassee has a first down. He was right over there on the sidelines. Everybody was paying attention to King, and number 6, Mason, was wide open on the sidelines for the easy pitch and catch. So that's a Tallassee first down into Trojan territory at the 36-yard line. Low snap. Green takes the handoff, and he's going to go down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good point of attack there.
Yeah, Zukowski, Mason Craig, Clifford.
Yeah, C.J. Edwards and Charlie Cutler just kind of logged up the point of attack and let those guys come in.
Looks like Green, number 0, is going to be their go-to running back when the quarterback doesn't keep. The gain's going to be less than a yard, so a good stop on first down. Second down and 9+ yards to go for the Tigers, leading by 7. Pass on the far sideline complete again, this time to Chumley. He's going to be inside the 30-yard line and taken down by Craig at the 28. So having gained just 1 yard on first down, now they only need to gain 1 yard to make a first down, as that was an 8-yard pickup. Third down and a full yard to go for Tallassee at the St. James 28-yard line. We'll see if they get another playoff before the quarter. They will. Mars gets the handoff, and he is going to drag Zukowski forward. That is going to be enough for the first down. That is the final play of the first quarter. And we will go to the second quarter. Teams will trade sides, and Tallassee will have a first down. It's Tallassee 14, St. James 7, 1 quarter complete. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
Gulf States Distributing has served the law enforcement, military, and first responder equipment needs for over 40 years. Along with their 100-plus product lines of law enforcement equipment and apparel, they have one of the largest ammunition inventories in the Southeast. Gulf State's well-stocked showroom and friendly staff reflect a hometown atmosphere. Visit them today at 6000 East Shirley Lane. Gulf States Distributing's mission is to provide quality products at competitive prices with exceptional service.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
We are back at Hot O'Brien Stadium in Tallassee, Alabama, starting the second quarter. Tallassee Tigers up on the St. James Trojans, 14-7. It will be first down and 10 from the Trojan 26-yard line. Quarterback Trent Morris is back to pass, and he is going to go deep. And the pass is going to be incomplete, intended for King. King had a little bit of room on the outside.
He might have had a half the step on Jackson. Jackson was in good position. If that would have been completed, it should have been on Sports Center, and you say congratulations.
Absolutely. Pass maybe just a bit overthrown, but you've seen Chase Perry do that a number of times this season, and that's the time to do it when you have first down at the 26-yard line. You know, the playbook is open. So now it's 2nd and 10, and it's nice to see number 4 on the sidelines for this play. This time the keeper by Morris. He's going to try to run wide, and he's got room.
Good play.
Great tackle to minimize
Grant Phillips.
yardage. Grant Phillips. Still a big gain. That's going to be down to the 18-yard line. So it's going to be an 8-yard pickup, but there was room to the sideline. And if he'd gotten past Phillips, that would have been a 6-pointer for the Tigers. Third down and 2. Tallassee at the St. James 18. A big stop needed here. We can force a field goal. Green in the backfield takes a handoff and fumbles. And St. James has
White.
No doubt that was a fumble. And St. James has it.
Dylan Hines laid on the ball.
On the ball. That was just a bad handoff from the start. And St. James gets their stop. And it will be first down Trojans at the 18-yard line. C.J. Edwards is down on the field, holding that knee, which is something we're always scared of, and the coaches are going out there to look him over from both sides. While he's down, let's take a quick break. St. James football on WRBZ.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists, and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble, so even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
So St. James has just taken the ball away from Tallasse. Actually, Tallasse gave them a gift. Edwards walked off the field pretty with a little assistance, but he was putting pressure on both the legs. That's good to see. St. James with their worst starting field position, but they're still only 7 points behind. That's a good thing. First down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. Hines and Jackson in motion. And the ball handed off, trying to go wide and finding some room is Phillips. He breaks a tackle and is going to get across the 20 to the 22-yard line. King was in on the stop. He's everyone at that ball, assisted by 17, Darian Henry. But there seems to be a bit of running room on the right side. That's a 4-yard pickup, so that's good enough. We'll call that a plus. You've got to get some plus yardage, and as they say, keep ahead of the sticks, especially in a game like this where St. James is probably going to get it for the 12-play running drive. Here's a handoff up the middle. No, it's kept by Perry, and he's going to keep and dive forward up to the 24-yard line. Probably a good idea to keep, as everybody was focused on Phillips, who looked like he was going to get the ball. So Perry has the ball up to the 23-yard line. It'll be third down and 5. Tallasse up 14-7. Quick scores on the first 3 drives, but both teams now, St. James had to punt, and Tallasse turned the ball over on a fumble. Third and 5. Perry has 10 seconds left on the clock, and he is not liking something, so St. James is going to call a timeout, even though the clock is still running at 9:39, 38, 37, 36. So we'll see what the clock is. They'll get it straightened out. Let's take a quick 30-second break. St. James football, WRBZ.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists, and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble, so even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
We are back after St. James' first time out of the first half. Someone has opened up their fireplace, and it sure is smelling good and actually feeling good. up here on top of Hot O'Brien Stadium. 3rd down, 5 yards to go after the timeout. Perry looking to pass, has Phillips, and he's got room to run. He's at the 40, the
Good
50.
play.
Number 3, Chase Chumley, was the only defender anywhere on that side of the field, and it was about a 10-yard pass and about a 20 yards after the catch. Phillips is all the way up to midfield, so that's a 27-yard gain. Great-looking play, 1st down, St. James. I'd say that was worth calling a timeout for.
Yeah, he kind of released out of the backfield, and there was nobody near him.
Nobody near him. Only one defender on that side of the field. Once again.
Do that again for us, Tallasse.
Right. Ball handed off, this time going up the middle. It looks like it went to Phillips, and he's carrying. It's actually kind of Pruitt Connor going behind the block of Max Ward. He's going to be into Tallassee territory at the 47-yard line. So that's a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down. It's so good to see Connor back. They could have used him last week, but decided to give him an extra week to heal up, and it's a good thing. With our other starters not in, he sure is welcome. But you can't argue about the job that Grant Phillips has done in his stead.
Mm-hmm.
It is 2nd down, 7 yards to go. And the toss this time to Phillips, and it looked like for a second he might be thinking about throwing, and he is brought down by Caleb Jackson back inside Trojan territory at the 43-yard line. Braylon Corley was open on a potential pass route down here, but may have been just a little late on the pitch, and Phillips really didn't have enough time to focus on Corley.
3-3, Isaiah Huey, 3rd down for the Trojans.
After getting, it was actually Isaiah Huey on the stop. So it will be 3rd down, and that's going to make it about 15 yards to go for St. James. Tallasse appeared to be a bit out of sync. He's got to throw quick, and there's a screen, which is caught by Phillips, but
that was well diagnosed.
It was well diagnosed, and the pass had to be high to get over the rushers, but there were still 3 defenders actually looking for what to do surrounding Phillips. So that's going to be basically a no gain, maybe a yard or 2 loss on the pass completion, and it will be 4th down.
Yeah, number 2, Joseph Hooks, he diagnosed that real quick and just totally blew that one up.
Hines preparing to punt. The dangerous Jordan King is directly in front of him. Chase Chumley's on the far sidelines. Good snap. He's got plenty of time to kick, and the kick is going to come down the sideline. It's going to take a great bounce, and it's going to roll inside the 10-yard line, and it's going to roll dead at the 7. I thought for a second King was going to attempt to pick it up, but he probably thought smartly of that. And a fantastic punt all the way down to the 7-yard line. They'll actually give him a friendly. It will be at the 7-yard line, so it'll be 1st down deep in Tiger territory. Now would be a great time for another turnover. 6:42 remaining.
Yeah, we could return the favor, a little scoop and score.
Right. It's
for the good guys?
Basically in that side of the field. Number 5, Jaden Gordon in the backfield for the first time. Morris to take the snap. It's a low snap, and the ball is on the ground. Morris picks it up, but he's going nowhere. Gets back, very fortunately, to the line of scrimmage as Trojans were focused on the loose ball, and Gordon did pick up the ball and take it back to the line of scrimmage. So that's been several snaps that haven't been straight and in the right height, but just a bit right or left. So it's 2nd down and 10 yards to go once again from the Tallasse 7-yard line near the north end zone. Same lineup. Chumley is wide on the right side, and the handoff is to Gordon. He's got some room on the far sideline.
Grant Phillips again.
He does not have room. He's tripped up by Grant Phillips before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Great tackle at the 6-yard line.
Good play overall by the defense. Braylon Corley helped string it out, and Grant was right there just on the numbers, just cut his legs right out from underneath him.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11, and we'll see if St. James decides to pressure. Of course, you got to watch out for number 4. He's going to be on the far sideline. So I'm sure Clifford will be close coverage. Phillips deep. Chumley is wide on right, just too wide. Snap is over his head.
It's in the end zone.
It's
in the end zone. Touchdown.
Is it a touchdown?
We fell it. Yes. Touchdown. 55, Will Wright.
Will Wright grabbed the ball and somehow managed to keep it before he rolled through the end zone. There's our turnover, and there is our touchdown. Will Wright.
I really don't. The quarterback was almost like he was confused. And, I mean, obviously from up here, it'd be better off kicking it out the back, doing anything other than just standing there.
How the ball managed to stay in the end zone was downright amazing. But looks like St. James had some snapping problems earlier in the season. Looks like Tallassee is being bit by those now. And Dylan Hines is in to tie up this game. So both teams on that end, you called it a fumble. Pick is up. It's a bit of a knuckleball, but it goes through, and that's all that counts. We are tied at 14. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the second quarter. Let's take a break. You're listening to St. James Trojan Football on WRBC.
I'm Cliff Meidel, 2-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
If joint pain or an athletic injury has you out of the game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Westner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River Region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Westner is a veteran and a no-operative sports medicine physician, specializing in the no-operative treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Doctors Murphy and Westner are part of the Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
All the way from the 34-yard line, went across the field. Once he got past the Trojans defenders at the 50-yard line, there was no stopping him. Only 2 seconds elapsed off the clock, which they forgot to start, but that is going to be from the 34-yard line. That is a 76-yard kickoff return. And this time the pooch kick does not work. And I mean, the plays in this game are fast and crazy. A 76-yard kickoff return by Jaden McKenzie. Rodriguez in to attempt the extra point is good. And just like that, St. James had the game timed up, and officially 2 seconds later on the clock.
That's a heck of a 40 time.
Yeah, it sure was. Tallassee is back on top 21-14. Let's keep it here. I was going to say that Hines' punt is really what provided the impetus for that St. James touchdown, as the punt went inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line and really trapped Tallassee in their own end zone, which forced the fumble. But then on the kickoff, trying to stay away from the danger of number 4, Jordan King, they found yet another killer returner, this time number 8, Jaden McKenzie, and he went 76 yards, although he probably ran about, I'd say, 126 yards as he went almost laterally across the field to the Tallassee sidelines, and then maybe broke a tackle or two, and Tallassee is back in the lead.
Yeah, whether it be a tackle or the sideline, I really don't know how he got about 35 yards of real estate, but he did. And once he broke out to about the 25, it was over.
Well, let's see. St. James looks like they may be about to get the ball again. This time not from a Tallassee gift, but a Tallassee tough play. The ball is fielded at the 12-yard line by Phillips. He's going to take it toward the center of the field. He has room. He's out across the 30, 35. A flag is down
There's a flag on the play.
And it looked like there may have been some holding there
Number 6
by Will Blackwell up the field well in advance of the play. The return is going to go to the 30-yard line. So we'll see what the call is.
They got the ball and the flag together at the 40.
All right. So
now we've walked back to the
holding,
35.
So the ball will be from the end of the run because the holding was out past the line of scrimmage. Nevertheless, ball at the 25-yard line. 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go until halftime. Tallasse up 21-14. St. James has a ball, and we'll see if they can start another one of these extended drives. First down and 10. One thing St. James is keeping the Tallasse defense out on the field, and they seem to be using a lot of their players that they use on offense. I see number 5, Gordon, out there on the line. 2, Joseph Hooks.
4.
And 4 is going to be out there. Mm-hmm. Number 8, McKenzie, who just ran the kickoff back, is here on the near sidelines. Perry takes the ball, was going to fake it, and he's going to try to find room on the outside. Gets a block from Corley, and he's going to be forced out of bounds up at the 30-yard line. Looked like he may have had more room than that, but
good move to get around the first defender.
All right. So that will be a 5-yard pickup again ahead of the sticks. Second down. Perry was on the sideline, so he gets a free consultation with Coach Blackwell to get the next play in. They're actually going to move the ball back a yard to the 29. So it'll be second down and 6. The clock is stopped at 5:03 in the second quarter. Tallasse up 21-14. This could be one of those opportunities for St. James to get a score and then get the ball to start the third quarter. Pass over the middle, a bullet toward Corley. Hit him in one hand and was dropped. That was one of those John Elway passes that.
Yeah, I think he just got a little excited. It was open. It was there. That was 10, 12, maybe a broken tackle from 20 yards. And just,
right.
Oh.
Just zoomed it in a little bit too quick and
yep.
maybe a step ahead of Corley. There was open room, and there's been open room for receivers all over the field. Tallasse is playing 2 deep safeties, and they're playing linebackers at the 5-yard line, but they are playing man-to-man, basically. Third down, 6 yards to go. Perry to pass, and that pass was intended for Phillips. It was broken up it was hit by McKenzie at the time. Perfect timing, and pass goes incomplete. Probably would not have been enough for the first down anyway, as McKenzie went for the ball instead of the tackle, but a no convert, and once again Hines to kick. Need a big kickoff or big punt this time from the 29-yard line.
I do like seeing 56 back out there.
Yes. Good and upright, and he and Cutler are guarding Hines. Getting ready, of course, the dangerous King again. Plenty of time to punt. And too much time to punt. That one was a shank. That was probably his worst punt of the season, and it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, we're going to get a favorable spot, though. I was fixing to say, if that referee was going to spot the ball there, we'd have got.
I'm going to be honest. I still think he gave us an extra 5.
Yeah. The ball, it's only going to be an 11-yard punt, but quite frankly, that's about double what it should have been. So Tallassee's got excellent field position at the St. James 37-yard line. 4:44 time on the clock. First and 10. Morris is flanked this time. McKenzie in the backfield. There's a pass, and it was a low throw intended for Chumley, incomplete. That ball could have just easily been caught by Phillips. Ball was too far out in front of Chumley, and Phillips actually went to make the play, and the ball was more toward his number 6 than Chumley's number 3. So
yeah, he was doing his job and making sure he was in good, sound defensive position. But if they'd been watching it, and they might have thrown it right into his lap.
Right. Quick low throw. So second down and 10. St. James need another stop. We'll gladly take another turnover. Morris waiting for the snap. Ball handed off to Green. He's found room on the left side. He's into the Trojan secondary. And he is taken down by Corley, but not until he gets to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a 17-yard gain. Corley was the last one that could have made the stop. He did, but they gained about half the necessary yardage, and it is first down Tallassee in the St. James red zone. Looks like Cutler and Ward are up front. And once again, Roderick Green, who's going to be the runner du jour, takes the ball. Kind of a slow handoff. He's not going to get as far this time, runs into Max Ward, but does curve and get up to the 14-yard line. Zukowski got a hand on him, but
number 30, Miles Zukowski.
it is still going to be a 5-yard gain. There was a whistle blown on the sideline for no apparent reason.
Awfully similar looking play, just kind of starting out over the right tackle and cutting back in to the middle of the defense.
We're inside 4 minutes of the second quarter. Tallassee 21, St. James 14. Ball on the Trojan 14-yard line. Second down, 5 yards to go. Pass over the middle is complete, and it's a touchdown. Guess who? Number 4, Jordan King on a perfectly thrown slant pattern. There was nothing St. James could do there. They had a wide open hole in the middle, and the pass was perfect thrown to King. Caught the ball at the 8-yard line and just slipped into the end zone. That's a 14-yard catch and run for Jordan King, the Tallassee speedster. Rodriguez in to attempt the extra point. It's good out there by the St. James bus. 3:32 remaining in the first half. Score now Tallassee 28, St. James 14. You're listening to Trojan Football on WRBC.
Want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss? Well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm glad to see that you are a proud supporter of St. James football, but also remember, when you're going out to the football game, make sure you pack a designated driver. Right now, during the holiday season and coming up holiday season, we can see a lot of people on the roads, and we want you to feel safe. So make sure when you're packing your tailgate supplies that you pack a designated driver. Thank you.
We are back, and the Tallassee kickoff by Rodriguez is fielded by Grant Phillips at the 10-yard line. Tries to head up the middle and is taken down at the 24-yard line. Number 13, Nick Chandler on the stop for the Tigers. St. James first down and 10. We tried to talk about it earlier, but it would be great if St. James could somehow manage to get a score right before halftime and keep Tallassee off the scoreboard. St. James will get the ball to start the second half and perhaps double up. Ball fake to Phillips. Pass over the middle is tipped and incomplete. That ball was tipped by Jamel McCoy and fortunately fell harmlessly incomplete. Hines was the nearest to the ball, but, I mean, that ball was in the air just long enough to pose serious danger, and it will be second down. Perry has had time to throw the ball, but just the last few passes over the middle especially have been maybe a bit off target. That one, like I said, was tipped. And St. James has second down and 10. Michael Hassel wide out on the far side. Mason Craig on the near sideline. Phillips in the backfield. And the ball fake to Phillips. The pass is low, intended for Hines, and incomplete. Could have been caught. That wouldn't have gained much yardage either anyway. So it's going to be third down and 10. Tallassee is able to switch players out. They probably have, I'd estimate, 20 more players dressed out than St. James does. They've got new players on the line. Number 48, Nolan Adeo, had pressure on Perry that time. 3rd down and 10. Pass over the middle is intercepted. That's intercepted by Rush Wright at the 40-yard line, and he's going to be taken out of bounds by Perry, but not until after a 20-yard return. I don't know if Perry telegraphed that one or not, but number 7, Wright, was right in the path. And Tallasse has great field position at the St. James 18-yard line with 3 minutes to go until halftime.
Yeah, we need to stop. We need to turnover. Turnover would be great, but we definitely need to stop.
They need to stop.
Nothing
St.
else.
James,
Limit them, hopefully on possessions. If not, let's get them, hold them to 3.
Right. St. James
get into the locker room.
Possession is not equipped to come back. Let's see if Tallasse goes for the guts on 1st down. They do.
There's a hold, not called.
Holding, not called. Pass in the middle is
dropped. Thank you.
That was intended for Chumley, incomplete. Fortunately, a holding penalty was right in front of us, but just absolutely not called.
Yeah, Will Wright had definitely beat his man, and you couldn't read his number 55 because the guy had a handful of both 5. He had both 5s in his hand.
Yeah, bear hug. Coach Corley is not pleased, as you would expect, on the sidelines. But all that ends up to be an incomplete pass. We could use a 10-yard setback. 2nd down and 10 from the Trojan 18-yard line. Green in the backfield. He'll get the handoff, and he's going – was the play blown dead?
No, running play. CJ kind of blew it up, and Grant Phillips kind of finished it off.
Okay, great. It seemed to be a whistle before he made it to the ground, but Green gained no yardage. Ball still at the 18-yard line. It's 3rd down and 10, and definitely, I would think, a passing situation for the Tigers. King is in, number 12. Walker Wells in for his first playing tight end. He's been in since the first one. Kevin Mason, number 6. Just one Green deep, and I don't think Tallasse is going to have time to run a play. They're not. They're going to have to call a timeout. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Let's keep it here. 28-14, Tallasse leads. I mean, a stop here is pretty much mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just we've been able to move the ball a little bit, but we've also fallen behind the chains a couple times with some negative plays and a penalty here and there. So we know that we're going to struggle with quick hits. So it's going to be a possession game. So we really need to focus on taking advantage of every play we can get.
Right. Not every drive is going to be like that first one with 5 or 6 first downs and picking up 5-6 yards at a clip. Tallasse has taken their 2nd timeout. They've got one more. St. James has 2 if they need them. It will be 3rd down and 10 yards to go from the St. James 18 on the far sideline. Watching Rodriguez kick, I would say this would probably be the extent of his field goal range, maybe a 35-yarder, maybe a 40-yarder. Let's hope it comes to that. 3rd down and 10. Looked like Green had a start pressure, and the ball was caught by Green. He's going to take the ball down to the 8-yard line, but there are several flags coming in from the deepest officials. In fact, thrown all the way from the end zone. Great throw all the way to the 14-yard line. The play looks like it was good for 10 yards. Holding is called against Tallasse. So that play will be negated. Green was in the backfield and nobody picked him up. He was open. The penalty occurred at the 14-yard line, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul back to the 24. So that'll be 3rd down, and I'd call it 16. They have to get to the 8-yard line to continue the drive. And again, this might be the extent of Rodriguez' field goal range. It'll be interesting to see if Tallasse tries to go for broke or tries to pick up half the yard to set up for a field goal in a 3-possession lead. Ball is snapped, going in across the middle, and the pass is deflected and almost intercepted. Pass was intended for Chumley. Ball was tapped by Phillips. Looked like it bounced off Chumley and fell at about the 4-yard line. Harmlessly incomplete. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go, and they are indeed bringing on the kicker, Rodriguez. Ball is on the far hash mark. It's going to be marked at the 27-yard line. So that's going to be a 37-yard field goal.
Nope. We're respotting the ball. That's right.
The ball will be back to the 24. So it's actually going to be only going to be 6 yards behind. That's pretty close. Normally 7 is the standard. Ball right on the 30-yard line, so it'll be a 40-yard field goal. And that kick is low. It may have gone through, though. It's good. That ball couldn't have gotten more than 15 feet off. But that is a field goal, and it's good by Rodriguez, officially 40 yards. And Tallassee is up their lead to 17 points at 31-14. We'll keep it here, a minute, 40 seconds to go, and St. James now really in bad need of the score, down by 3 possessions.
I don't know if there was a lining them up or some type of formation that Coach Blackwell and Corley and the staff are really, really fussing about, but they of course, can't get the attention of the official at all.
No, it didn't look like anybody. I mean, they may not have had enough on the line of scrimmage. It looked good. The kick, I mean, it was nobody near the kick. It was just a low-line drive, and managed to
there
get
it
in
is.
the lower.
Coach Blackwell just bought 15 yards.
Yep.
Number 30, Rodriguez, keeping for the Tigers.
So
This might be the sideline warning. Okay, we got away with the sideline warning.
Okay, that is the sideline warning. So there will be no penalty, but a second one will result in a delay of game penalty and possibly unsportsmanlike conduct. So Rodriguez with the 40-yard field goal boosts the lead to 31-14, is about to kick off from his 40-yard line. 1 minute, 40 seconds to go. St. James does have 2 timeouts at their disposal. And the kick is deep. It's, once again, Phillips. He takes the ball at the 9-yard line this time. And he's going to find room, and he's going to get out across the 30. Taken down by Green and hit late. Maybe not a vicious hit late, but the whistle had blown. He was knocked forward. He'll be marked down at the 31-yard line. 1 minute 32 remaining in the half. And St. James will have first down and 69 yards to go for a score at the 31-yard line. Again, 1 minute, 32 seconds. St. James headed toward the northern end zone. Be sure to listen to our halftime feature, which will tell you about something exciting going on the St. James campus. And the ball is handed off to Phillips. He's going nowhere. He runs right into Huey and is going to go down at the 29-yard line. Play is going to lose 2 yards. Then it will be second down. St. James in no big hurry to run a play. Although you think if they don't gain some yardage here, Tallasse might be willing to call their timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Headed down toward the final minute of the first half. And St. James in a very conservative lineup. No deep outs. We've got several up deep, but Perry's ready to pass. He's got some time. Now he's going to try to escape, and he's out of the pocket, and he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Joseph Hooks had to stop. Ball's at the 29-yard line. The clock continues to run, 37 seconds and counting. It'll be third down, and we'll call it 12 yards to go, and St. James really in no hurry to get a playoff here. They are almost exactly lined up with the play clock.
I really am surprised that Tallasse has not called a timeout with
Very
the electric players they have.
They may elect to do so here, but I really don't see any need for St. James to snap the ball until there's like 2 seconds left on the clock, and then maybe just a safe out-of-bounds pass, or the ball handed off to Phillips. He's going to find room on the outside and get a few yards out to the 35-yard line on what's going to be the final play of the first half. Teams are going to the locker room, and St. James is going to have to do some adjusting. They will get the ball to start the second half. But right now, it's all purple and gold. Tallassee 31, St. James 14. We'll be back in 23 minutes. St. James football on WRBZ.
All aboard for Healthy Smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
Do you ever see someone with a smile on their face and wonder, what have they been doing? It could be because they just left the offices of Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Bootner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, as well as offering an in-house discounted membership plan for patients without insurance. Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Visit them at montgomerydentistry.com.
I'm Cliff Meidel, two-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
Good evening and welcome to this week's Trojan Spotlight. I'm Alyssa Cantrell. I'm the Director of Advancement with St. James School, and I'm
So I got to see all the way from kindergarten to the seniors. I was in pretty much every classroom.
That's incredible. And so after that, you went and got your master's. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I worked on my master's in higher education, and while I was doing that, I worked as a graduate assistant in the Honors College for academic advising. That's kind of where I fell in love with being able to help students and kind of seeing their progress and success. And after I graduated with my master's, I started my current job, which is I advise all of our pre-aerospace students in the College of Engineering at Auburn.
That's fascinating. Your dad was sporting a Department of Engineering vest the other day. He was quite proud of it.
Yes, he said it made him feel smart.
I'm sure that
I like to say,
something Barry would say.
Advising my students makes me feel smart too, seeing all the classes they're going through.
That's awesome. So now you are not only working full-time at Auburn, but you're also getting your PhD.
Yes, so I decided to tackle that one last degree that I'm working on, my PhD, and I'm working on educational psychology. So I still have quite a bit of classwork left to go, but we'll slowly and steady work through that.
That's incredible. Okay, so now that we've talked about everything you've done since St. James and all of that, tell me how you feel St. James prepared you for this wonderful journey that you're on, doing all the things.
Yeah, I think, what really St. James instilled in me is my love for learning. So that's kind of why I went the route that I did. And now I'm ultimately pursuing a PhD because I had such amazing teachers at St. James that taught me how to learn and why learning is important even later in life, always continuously improving and learning. And then that's really what St. James got started for me. So I will always thank St. James for having such great teachers to teach me during my early years.
That's incredible. We have talked a lot the last few years as a school about our core values: character, commitment, courage, and community. I know, it's 11 years ago when you graduated, but I know that those are values that we've seen ingrained in students well before the last few years. Tell me a little bit about how you feel you learned about those values and what you still see, because I know you still come across students from St. James, what you're seeing in them today.
Yeah, I think, what sets St. James students apart is really those core values and how they live those not only in the classroom environment, but in outside the classroom environment as well. So I think one of those that really sticks out is commitment. I see a lot of students come through, and I can always tell the ones that are really dedicated to the classwork and success overall. And I think that that's one value that St. James really instills in a lot of people is committing to something that you find passion through. And I, found commitment through theater, and now I transitioned into commitment through helping others find that passion as well through my advising.
That's awesome. If you were to tell somebody what your favorite part of St. James is, what would you tell them?
Oh gosh, there's so many things. Honestly, theater was really my favorite part. What I really liked about it most is education as a whole. We learn in the classroom, but St. James provides all of these additional facets that you can build on that as well. So like building that community through theater and being able to kind of balance what I'm learning inside and outside the classroom to make really a well-rounded person overall.
That's awesome. We talk about it, the term that we use is whole child. So it's not just what's going on in the classroom, but it's really every aspect about your person, your values and how you see things and, extracurricular and all of it. But it's educating the whole child. That's very important to us, as you know.
Yes, for sure.
If you were talking to somebody who was looking at St. James for their student, what would you tell them?
I would say, much like at Auburn, we have the Auburn family. St. James has the St. James family as well. And I think that's a really big factor to take into consideration. The fact that you can stay from K through 12 and really you have all these teachers pouring into you, you're dedicating time out of their day to give back to you and also experiencing that with the same people, right? So I know several people who I went K through 12 with and got to develop those relationships. So that's a huge part of, if you're picking a school, kind of seeing like the whole picture.
It is. Well, we're so glad you're part of the Trojan family. I appreciate you checking in with us tonight. We're so glad that we get to work with I'm personally very glad I get to work with your dad every day. He brings a much needed element to our office and we love him and love your whole family. And just appreciate your time. And we're going to kick it back to Sunny and crew. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
A Regions checking account can help you take your next step in life by giving you smarter, more convenient ways to manage your money. Open a Regions checking account today and bank safely and securely in a branch, online, on your phone, or with a phone call. You'll also love conveniences like text alerts, Regions mobile deposit, and our new bill pay system. Ready to move your life forward? To open a Regions checking account today, visit a branch or log on to regions.com/open now. Regions Bank. Message and data fees may apply to mobile services. Mobile deposit subject to fees.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm glad to see that you are a proud supporter of St. James football, but also remember when you're going out to the football game, make sure you pack a designated driver. Right now during the holiday season and coming up holiday season, we can see a lot of people on the roads and we want you to feel safe. So make sure when you're packing your tailgate supplies that you pack a designated driver.
At TW Orthodontics, we go above and beyond in caring for the needs of our patients by offering a wide array of affordable treatments that deliver beautiful smiles. Using the most effective and efficient treatment methods, such as Invisalign and braces, our orthodontic specialists are eager to help you achieve the smile you deserve. When you come to our office, you're not just a patient, you're family. 4635 Woodmere Boulevard in Montgomery, twortho.com.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, the staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing. Or, my teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great. If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these three words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We are back at Tallassee's Hot O'Brien Stadium. It's halftime. Tallasse has a too comfortable 31-14 lead over St. James as we just watched the St. James band with their great halftime performance. Tallassee's now making it onto the field. Still got about 13 minutes to go before we make it in the second half. And I want to apologize. I was pretty much wrong repeating myself throughout the first quarter. St. James will not have the chance to double up. First of all, because they didn't score at the end of the first half. And second, because they did win the coin toss, but they elected to receive. And thus was the ill-fated drive that lasted one play with a fumble returned for a touchdown by the Tigers that really never should have happened because the ball should have been blown dead. This is the 8th meeting all time between St. James and Tallasse. This is the 4th meeting here in Hot O'Brien Stadium. Tallasse leads the all-time series 4-3. The last game was actually a second-round playoff game, which was played at St. James, and Tallasse had a very fine team that year, and I believe went on to the semifinals in the state. Tallassee won the last 3 games between the teams. They were region opponents in 2012 and 2013. Tigers won both those games. St. James did win the previous 3 matchups in 2001, 2002, and 2003, when the St. James Trojans were 4A at the beginning of the century or the millennium, as you would have it. Let's quickly go over what happened in the first half, and there was a lot to cover. Like we said, the very first play turned out to be a disaster as a Miles Zukowski carry, which should have been blown dead, turned into a fumble. And we found out it was Jaden Gordon who picked up the ball at the 29-yard line and ran it virtually untouched in the end zone. And Tallasse, with the extra point by number 30, Urin Rodriguez, had a 7-0 lead only 23 seconds into the ball game. St. James did counter with a drive that took up almost half of the first quarter, going down the field with short passes and runs by Phillips and Perry primarily. Perry got credit, got down to the 1-yard line. It took him 2 plays, but he kept and got into the end zone, tied the score at 7. On the next drive, it was a pretty good kickoff return for Tallasse, and several plays later, the ball was handed off to Jordan King, and he took a sweep on the far sideline and was untouched, pulled away from defenders 40 yards for a touchdown. That gave Tallasse a 14-7 lead. St. James was stopped on its next drive and had to punt, but Tallasse fumbled the ball and gave it to St. James. St. James was unable to score immediately, but a great Dylan Hines punt back to down to the 7-yard line pinned Tallasse, and a bad snap on a 3rd down and long was amazingly recovered by Will Wright as he rolled in the end zone and got control before he rolled out of the end zone. So instead of a safety, it was a touchdown, and the Trojans had tied the game up at 14-14 with 5:16 to go in the second quarter, and things looked rosy. However, on the next kickoff, it was Jake McKenzie who took the ball 76 yards, went across the field and broke tackles and somehow found room and went 76 yards for a touchdown on a play that only evaporated 2 seconds off the clock, and Tallasse was up 21-14. Tallasse would go on to score twice more in the final 4 minutes of the half. It was Jordan King scoring on his second play. It was the receiver on a 14-yard slant touchdown pass over the middle by Trent Morris, wide open. The extra point gave Tallasse a 28-14 lead, and they got the ball back. And somehow Urin Rodriguez converted a 40-yard field goal that could have not gotten more than 15 feet off the ground, but it was a missile and was straight enough and got over the crossbar, which is all that counts. So Tallassee took a 31-14 lead. St. James could not put any offense together into the half, and they'll be kicking off to start the second half. I think I'm going to pass it now to IT guru and stat master Steve Cutler to give us some numbers on how it looked.
Well, I'm sure we can all guess how it looked. I think you used the word rosy a minute ago, and I don't know that would be quality or useful in this numbers. Rushing the ball, we had 18 carries for 28 yards and 1 touchdown. So we love the touchdown, but we need 18 carries. I'm sure Coach Aubrey would say, hey, that's probably a little low, but definitely 28. We got to do more than that. Grant Phillips, 5 carries, 5 yards. Chase Perry, 9 carries, 12 yards. I don't remember any sacks, so I don't think that any negative sack yardage. We had a couple plays that did go backwards.
Right.
So I take that as a silver lining that the line is doing well and giving them some time. So no sack yardage. Miles Zukowski, 1 carry, 1 yard. Braylon Corley, 2 carries, 7 yards, and Pruitt Connor, 1 carry, 3 yards. Chase Perry, the only passer tonight so far, 4 of 14 for 67 yards and 1 interception. So obviously we need to find a few more completions. Braylon Corley, two receptions on 4 targets for 26 yards. Mason Craig, no receptions, 1 target. Grant Phillips, 1 catch on 3 targets. It was a big one, 27 yards. Dylan Hines has been targeted 4 times, got 1 catch for 14 yards, so 67 yards through the air. Leading tackles, no surprise, number 30, Miles Zukowski. He always finds the ball a bunch, so he's got 4 tackles. Grant Phillips has 2.5, and then, of course, you mentioned Will Wright's fumble recovery score. So there are some things that did go well. We got a break that we needed, and probably got a bad break on that first play offensively, and the call they didn't make, or the call they did make, whichever way you want to look at it.
Right.
And really a busted play or 2 here and there on the 40-yard run and then the kickoff return. We really haven't played terrible, but they have electric players, and unfortunately they have been able to utilize them for some big plays, and that's really just kind of put us where we're at.
Right, and especially in the second quarter, they won the field position game. It'll be interesting to see. And by the way, you didn't see it, but Coach Blackwell kept the white hat and several of his officials out on the field for at least 5 minutes after that half, probably discussing not only the fumble that shouldn't have been, but some other things, or, was a very blatant holding call missed and some other things. I mean, Tallassee did commit a few penalties. St. James, I believe, committed 2 holding penalties, but it wasn't an overly penalized half, relatively clean football. But I'm sure Coach Blackwell got his words in and didn't waste a penalty on the sideline warning, which they got midway through the second quarter on that. Again, real quickly, we'll say this game is very big in the Class 4A Region 3 standing. St. James is 5-0, and who would have thunk that after the first 2 games of the season? Tallassee is 4-1. They have a game they should win next week. Also, Booker T. Washington is 4-1. Their one loss was to Tallassee early in the season in a come-from-behind matchup. They're playing against Bullitt County tonight. It's very possible that St. James, BTW, and Tallassee could all end up with 5-1 records.
Not to interrupt you or get excited, but Bullitt County at half is up 13-6 on BTW.
That might be a bit of a surprise. That is Booker T. Washington's homecoming, I say. And the question is, do you pull for Bullitt County? If BT Washington loses, that pretty much eliminates them from the top 2 seeds, and they would have to travel down to either Jackson or possibly Orange Beach for the first round of the playoffs. But that would also mean there'd be a 2-way tie at the top between Tallassee and St. James. And if Tallassee manages to hold on, they would win the tiebreaker. If it's a 3-way tie, then it goes to some crazy tiebreaker rules. Quite frankly, with St. James out of region play, it would probably not be in their favor. So we'll certainly keep a watch on that game. Of course, if St. James manages to come from behind, shock the world, and win this game, then we will be region champs and will host the 4th seed, which there's a distinct possibility it could actually be the Mobile Christian Leopards, who we've seen in the semifinals of the playoffs the previous 2 years. We're winding down in the last minute of the 20 minutes prior to the 3-minute warm-up period. So let's take a 2-minute break before we start the third quarter. You are listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I've been an athlete all my life, and unfortunately, I know what it means to be injured. I know the value of having the very best care. This is St. James head coach Aubrey Blackwell. The Trojans rely on Encore Sports Medicine care for our most valuable assets, our student athletes. But you don't have to be an athlete to benefit from their expertise. There are 2 Montgomery area locations, one on the Eastern Boulevard and one in Pike Road. Take it from me. I trust Encore Sports Medicine to take care of our Trojans, and you can trust them too.
Gulf States Distributing has served the law enforcement, military, and first responder equipment needs for over 40 years. Along with their 100-plus product lines of law enforcement equipment and apparel, they have one of the largest ammunition inventories in the Southeast. Gulf State's well-stocked showroom and friendly staff reflect a hometown atmosphere. Visit them today at 6000 East Shirley Lane. Gulf States Distributing's mission is to provide quality products at competitive prices with exceptional service.
You may have heard that. We're talking about this absolutely glorious weather. Starting to get a bit chilly up here, probably 55 to 60 degrees. Thank goodness not a peak of wind. Absolutely perfect high school football weather. The teams are out on the field and finishing up their warm-ups. Again, Tallassee is leading 31-14. And I'm going to pass it over to Steve, and he's going to give us some scores of interest.
Yeah, we'll cover some Montgomery region area scores. Montgomery Catholic's up 29-0 over Greenville. Don't have a score for Trinity yet. Alabama Christian is up 50-22 versus Slocum at half.
Wow.
50-22 at half. Wow, that's a lot of points.
That is.
Trinity and Vicksburg don't have a score for that. Montgomery Academy and Prattville Christian are 14-0 in the second quarter is that score. Looking through a couple more. Thomasville and Dallas County are 41-0. Thomasville, I think they're a pretty solid team. Looking through.
Unfortunately, they're in 3A, and that's somebody we won't have to go through this season.
Yes. Pulling up the 4A scoreboard. Pensacola and St. Michael's are 22-21. Bullitt County, as we said, is 13-6 over BTW at half. Ashford is up 28-8 on OP. The 3-5 Ashford up 28-8 on a 6-1 OP. That's surprising.
Exactly. OP was pretty much penciled in to win that region. And
that's
a shocker.
That's surprising. Jackson is up 35-0 on WS Neal.
I'd say it's a pretty safe bet. Jackson is going to be in the state title game in the lower half of the state for 4A.
Probably so. Hanley's up 35-7 on Talladega.
You'd expect that.
Yep, would expect that. Pike County and Dale County. Dale County's up 20-14. No score out of Orange Beach or Mobile Christian. And looks like Oak Grove and American Christian Academy 27-3. Oak Grove at half.
All right. Well, looks like the teams are ready to go. As I mistakenly said, St. James will not receive the ball to start the second half. Hines will kick off, and they'll defend the south end zone. Always want to head toward that scoreboard in the fourth quarter. Hines is kicking the ball deep, and the ball is not fielded by King. It's fielded by Chase Chumley at the 12-yard line. No, that's actually Jaden Gordon, and he's got room on the far sidelines, and thank goodness Dylan Hines was the one that stopped him, or that would have been about a 90-yard return.
Yeah, looks like 20. Looks like Will Blackwell. Looks like 20 is the one that ran him out of bounds.
Well, thank goodness.
Yep.
He is into Trojan territory. I wondered if Coach Blackwell would try the deep kickoff as the pooch hadn't worked, but looks like the deep one was just about as equally unsuccessful as Tallassee has fantastic field position to start their opening third quarter drive. 1st and 10 from the St. James 37. Trent Morris is a quarterback. He's going to take the keeper off the right side. He's got room inside the 35 and goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Just went straight toward the sidelines and had nobody in the way. Mason Craig finally forced him out of bounds at the 32. That's still a healthy 5-yard pickup on first down, so 2nd down and 5. 17 points is a big enough margin. We certainly don't want that to get any bigger for St. James to have a chance. A big stop, turnover would be nice here. Morris has the ball. Once again, hands off the green. It's basically the same play to the right side, and he's going to have the first down. Craig has the stop, but he's going to be inside the 25-yard line. Phillips also on the tackle, but down to the 22-yard line. That's about a 9-yard gain. And just like St. James was running off the right side to begin the first quarter, it looks like Tallassee is picking the right side, going away from Will Wright, probably a smart move to get their offensive prowess in gear. 1st and 10 from the 22. Morris back to pass, is going to the end zone. And the pass is
intercepted. Chase Perry.
Wow. Unbelievable. I didn't know if it was going to be a double catch because Chase Perry and Gordon came down with the ball.
The bad news is we got the ball on the 1.
Yeah, that's inside the 1. But we got our turnover. I believe that's the 3rd turnover for Tallassee. But you're not going to have a longer drive than 99.7 yards. I think I heard that one time where the football's about 0.3 of a yard long. But St. James has made a stop, and Chase Perry, of all people, that's probably his first career interception, I think. Zukowski going in, and we got to be very careful here. 1st down and 10 from inside the 1-yard line. And it's not goal to go, it's 99 yards to go. Thought we had some movement. The ball handed off and getting
Pruitt,
through.
good run.
Yeah, nice run.
Good run.
Is that Zukowski?
No, that was Pruitt. Connor Pruitt.
He's all the way up to the 10-yard line.
Yep, good run. Just a good hard run. Something we've come to see from him.
Exactly. His carries we figured would be limited today. He's shown up on defense, but that's the time for him. A great 9-yard gain and a little breathing room, 2nd down, and I wouldn't be surprised to see exactly the same play called again. It is, and he's going to have a little more trouble this time. He's going to be knocked outside. Looks like he got to the 10-yard line, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get up to the 11. Looks like they're going to mark him right on the stripe of the 10 for no gain. So we got a big play, 3rd down and 1 coming up. Tallassee was on the same page I was, exactly the same play. St. James with a little bit of tempo here. Big play coming up, 3rd down and a yard to go from the 10-yard line. Perry under center. Would he dare take a carry? He's going to take it, and he's going to get the 1st down. He's going to be out to about the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. Only 3 up men for Tallassee, and there was room on both sides of the nose guard. Perry chose to go to the right, and 3 yards was all they needed. So,
looked like they've done what they've done in the past. It looked like Charlie Cutler lines up at tackle. Normally, it looked like they moved him into guard. Just said, "All right, we're going to put the biggest body we've got." He and C.J. Edwards. This is all we got. This is our best chance.
Right. That is a healthy human down there that Tallassee has as no guard, number 58, Marquez Thomas. But he was unable to stop. So 1st down from the 13-yard line. Perry to pass over the middle. It's caught and finding room out across the 25 near the 30-yard line. Corley has the catch taken down by Chumley, number 3 of Tallassee. But finally a well-thrown pass across the middle, and that's going to be a first down pickup. That's about 15 yards out to the 28-yard line, and St. James has some momentum, and you keep those Tallassee speedsters on the defensive side of the ball, and this will be considerably less likely that they're going to hit the end zone. First down and 10 from the St. James 28. 8:38 remaining in the third quarter. Trojans trailing by 17. Here's a pass on the sideline intended for Corley, and it's overthrown. Incomplete. Probably just as well. Number 8, Jaden McKenzie, the kickoff return man, was covering, and pass safely thrown out of bounds, incomplete, so it will be second down and 10. Can't have too many of these second down and 10.
Yeah, that would have been a hard fought 4, 5, 6 yards, but I would have liked to have it.
Right. Now that we're out of the breadth of the end zone, a little bit more adventurous with the lines. And the ball is going to be handed off to Phillips. Is he going to break a tackle? He does sort of break a tackle, but he's going to be held up just at the 27-yard line. It may be a yard gain at the most. Number 12, Walker Wells, held on and managed to get him down finally at the 28-yard line. So they're actually going to say that was a loss of a yard. So it'll be third down and a little more than 10 yards to go as we reach the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. St. James needs to maintain field position. If they can't get a first down here, they need to keep Tallassee on their side of the ball, but we're going to be optimistic. We've got Clifford, we've got Corley wide, got Michael Hassel, and Perry has time. Now he's rushed. And the pass, is that Phillips?
Yes.
It is, and the ball, he was wide open and could have gotten a big pickup, but just off his fingertips.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection to the field side over here towards the St. James bench, and Grant had kind of come out on a wheel route up the sideline, and, oh, man, about a yard overthrown, half a yard.
Right. He would have easily been into Tallassee territory with that catch. But it's fourth down, and at least we're off the goal line. Hines is getting ready to punt. The dangerous Chumley and the more dangerous King are back in Tallassee territory, but we could use another nice long punt. Now, Hines did set the St. James School record on a free punt after the safety. This punt is much better than the last one. It's going to go and be fielded. No fair catch is called, and going down immediately is Chumley near inside the 40-yard line. That was Corley on the immediate stop. He's going to be taking Chumley down to the 39-yard line, and Tallassee is going to open up their first drive of the first half there. First and 10, and they're on the field quick, so we'll keep it here. 7:27 in the third quarter. Again, Tallassee up 31-14. Kevin Mason wide on the near sideline. And that's Chumley, who just received the punt on the far sideline. Ball handed off to Green.
Good play.
And he runs right into Charlie Cutler. And he's having a little trouble tackling down, and he manages to carry the ball out across the 40-yard line. Some push by the Tallassee offensive line. It's going to end up being about a 4-yard gain, although Cutler had his bear mitts around him at the line of scrimmage. So second down, we'll call it 7 yards to go. Tallassee at their own 42. They've moved Clifford over to the right side. Try to stop Green runs to that side. Looked like a little movement prior to the snap. It was not called. Pass over in the far side is complete into Trojan territory. And Chumley has the ball at the 47-yard line. Actually, the 46. And that's going to be good enough for a Tallassee first down. Short passing head. Room over there on the right side, which seems to be the side of choice for quarterback Trent Morris. It'll be first down. Tallassee back in Trojan territory at the 46-yard line. Just about halfway through the third quarter in a relatively quick moving game. There's a handoff to Green after a bit of a counter play. He's going to get inside the 45 and take it down at the 43-yard line. Zukowski and Phillips. You know, this is a recording. Max Ward in on the stop as well. Still a pickup of 3.5, maybe 4 yards. And it will be second down. Tallasse not needing to go to anything extravagant. They seem to be moving the ball pretty well on the ground. A short pass or so mixed in. Number 1, Bryson Rigsby making his first appearance on the far sidelines. King is on the sidelines, and the ball is handed off to King. He's trying to find room on the outside. He was grabbed and broke a tackle. Chase Perry, who's making extra plays, probably trying to fill the hole by Wills Johnson on defense, got the first hit, couldn't bring the runner down, and King made it all the way up to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for another Tiger first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line as clock goes tick, tick, tick. 5:18 to go. Certainly cannot afford to give up another score. Interception on the goal line helped, but we're going to need another turn off. This time the ball is faked to Green. And
Good
this
play,
time,
Dylan Hines.
Taken down. Dylan Hines just absolutely ate up Trent Morris back in the backfield. Looked like for a second he was trying to throw the way, but probably got smart and knew it would be an immediate intentional grounding penalty. So that is going to be a sack. 8 yards. And now, and that was a very, very favorable spot.
He tried to throw the ball about 3 or 4 yards further behind, and they've given him forward progress, but he was clearly trying to make another play. Coach Blackwell is just laughing and pointing with his headset in his hand.
That should have been a 12, 15-yard sack. And it looks like it's going to be about a 6-yard loss. Unbelievable. It will be second down. Ball handed off to Green, and he's going to get the 6 yards back before he's wrestled down inside the 35-yard line.
9-yard gain.
Actually, will be given credit for 9 yards, so it's going to be third down and should be about 12, 13 yards to go. It's going to be third down and 7. It seems like they've needed 7 yards to get a first down on pretty much every play this drive. Ball at the 33-yard line. We're inside 4 minutes of the third quarter, and Tallasse up 31-14. Shuffling players in and out of the field. Still 15 seconds left on the play clock. King is over by himself, being guarded by or watched by Phillips. Now Clifford goes over to get him up closer. Is the clock going to run out? 1-0. It does not. They get the play off. And Morris is going back, and the pass is going to be incomplete, out of bounds. It's going to be past the line of scrimmage. He was out of the tackle box. There will be no intentional grounding, but there were 3 or 4 Trojans back there on coverage or on pressure. There was great coverage. There were no Tigers open downfield. So the incomplete pass should stop the clock, but it started running again. So it will be fourth down.
You're right. It just keeps ticking.
And nobody seems to notice the clock is running. So it's already given up 15 seconds. And Rodriguez is going to attempt another field goal. This one is going to be from the 38. So this is going to be a nice long one. 48 yards. You better get the ball up a little higher this time. The kick is on the way, and it's going to be short. And, in fact, it's going to be St. James had Mason Craig deep in the end zone. And he fielded the ball in the end zone. The kick was well short. No good, but that's basically like a punt to the end zone as the ball will be moved forward to the 20-yard line. Something happened down at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the end of the play, Pruitt Connor and somebody got tangled up. The Tallasse player had his helmet come off, and then Pruitt got shoved from behind.
Right, and Mason Craig got involved, and so that play should have taken about 10 seconds, but it actually took 30 seconds as the clock ran on an incomplete pass. So St. James gets the stop on the no-good field goal, but the ball is at the 20-yard line, as is the case in high school. The ball is kept by Perry. He's looking to pass, and it is tipped. And it's still caught. Wow. That ball was caught, and great great move by Corley coming back to the ball. He had to come back maybe 8-10 yards to the ball to make the catch after the tip. That time the strong throw was good enough because it did get far enough to him.
Yeah, he was open, and good for him to stick with the play to help his quarterback out and help his team out.
Right, and the gain is good for 12 yards, so that's a quick first down for St. James. Got Michael Hassel and Craig on the sidelines, and ball handed off. Phillips splits and goes down at the 32-yard line and gets stepped on by a Tiger, McCoy, but nobody seems to mind.
Not anybody in purple and gold, at least.
Right, or in black and white. The crowd made mention of it, but, I mean, that was, tapping, which you really don't have to do in high school. Once they go down, it doesn't matter. You can't get back up and get restarted. So the play gains maybe a foot at best after the slip, and you can see the turf starting to get a little chewed up in the middle. Second down, basically 10 yards to go as we're nearing the end of the third quarter. Perry has 10 seconds to go, and he's going to pass it over the middle. Corley has the ball, and he's got room. He's going to be hit at the 46-yard line. Seems to be where Perry wants to go, over the middle of the field. Ball at the 46-yard line. That's a 12-yard pickup, and that's going to be good for a St. James first down.
Yeah, they have found some openings in the middle. A couple of balls have been tipped. I mean, we've had our chances and we converted. So let's keep this thing moving, boys.
Right. Number 23, Greg Hooley, is the one that's got the coverage, but they seem to be picking on him. Perry has plenty of time, and look out, pass complete. Oh, what a pass!
Michael Hassel, good play.
Haskell with a catch, and he had great coverage by Hooks. That pass was dangerously across the field, but it is out of bounds, and hopefully the clock will stop. No, it didn't. It's continuing to run with 30 seconds to go. That was a 9-yard pickup. So it'll be second down, 1 yard to go. St. James is in Tallassee territory. Let's see if they run the ball here with Phillips. They do. He's going to get an easy first down, and he's got more yardage down to the 38-yard line. In fact, down to the 36, wrapped up by McCoy.
They're not even stopping it for a first down. Well, now they finally do. Another 4 seconds go by.
Let's see if St. James can get another playoff. 8 seconds with the clock stopped. They're going to try. First down and 10 from the 38-yard line. They do get the playoff. Phillips takes a handoff, and he's got room. He's going to get a first down. Still going inside the 25 and finally brought down at the 24-yard line. It took 3 tacklers, Wells and McKenzie, on the stop. But that is the final play of the third quarter, and St. James is deep into Tallassee territory. 12 minutes to go. Your score, Tallassee 31, St. James 14. Fourth quarter coming up. You're listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Nothing gets your attention like the pain you get when it hurts to walk. When you have that pain, reach out to Southern Specialty Physicians. Dr. Brian Sellers is a board-certified vascular surgeon with over 15 years of experience. And Dr. Brandon McCullum is an experienced podiatrist. Southern Specialty Physicians are working to keep Alabama walking. Located across from the AUM Water Tower on Sydney Curve and online at ssp.care. A fire can spread through your home or business in less than 2 minutes. That's why it's important to think ahead and have the proper fire protection installed before it's needed. Brendel Sprinkler Company can inspect your current system and help make sure that you have the proper equipment when it's needed. Brendel works in new construction, existing homes, and renovations. They not only want to help extinguish fires, they want to save lives. Since 1960, with over 5,000 successful installations. Find them online at brendelsprinkler.com.
We are back at J.E. Hott O'Brien Stadium in Tallassee. Starting the fourth quarter, St. James just picked up a first down at they're at the Tallassee 23-yard line. Only 12 minutes to go, 17 points down. They need scores and stops. They got a stop just a minute ago and moving the ball down the field pretty well. First down and 10 looks like a change of play. Still plenty of time, 13 seconds on the play clock. We've got Corley and Craig deep here, and Perry's going for the end zone. It's going to be tough, and it is.
Thank you. Finally got a flag. Finally got a flag. Holy cow.
Flag in the end zone.
Mason Craig got held on about the 5, fought through it, got into the end zone, got his hands on the ball, and couldn't complete it, but they finally threw the penalty flag.
Now, I wasn't up quick enough to see it. Of course, in high school, it won't be a flag in the end zone. The ball won't go down to the 1-yard line, but it'll be a half the distance penalty. And since the half the distance is more than 10 yards, that will be an automatic first down. And lo and behold, the clock stopped. How about that 8-second play? Let's see if they mistakenly started again. Ball's coming to the near hash line. We marked at the 12-yard line. And St. James has 1st and 10. Ball marked into play. Clock did not start. Perry gets the call from the sidelines. Pruitt, Connor in the backfield. There are 4 deep. Hines, Corley, Craig, and Hassel. And Connor gets the handoff, and he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Somebody lost a shoe. That's a Tiger that lost a shoe. But the play failed again. You hate to see tackles like that wrapping Connor around and round. It can't be good for the knee. No gain, 2nd down. Headed toward the south end zone where the scoreboard's located, not too far away from Highway 14. No danger of a ball being kicked on the Highway 14 like it was in Greensboro. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Perry hands the ball off in a straight up the middle in a very conservative play. Connor takes the ball, and he's going to pick up a yard at best. Looked like he was perhaps looking for Mason Craig, but there was double coverage on that side. So.
Yeah, I got a feeling if they look at film that Chase probably should have held that one and just kind of slid out to the right. That defender really bit down and got into Pruitt. So if he holds that thing, sidesteps, he might have been able to get outside the tackle and pick up some yardage.
So we've got 3rd down and long, 9 yards to go for a first down. Looks like about 11 yards to go for the touchdown. And Perry's going to pitch the ball back to Corley. Corley's looking to throw the ball, and he is going to throw the ball, and it is incomplete. Mason Craig was open. Corley had time to throw the ball, but he was pressured and looked like he wanted to throw the ball back to Perry to begin with, but Perry was double covered in the goal line like it was drawn out. And St. James has really no choice but to go for it here on 4th down. 10:18, clock is stopped. Tallassee's up 31-14. This is 4th quarter. And St. James needs to get down to about the 2-yard line to keep this drive going. Perry's got the ball. He's going to have time to throw. Throws over the middle.
Mason Craig.
Touchdown.
Mason Craig,
Touchdown,
good play.
St. James, Mason Craig. Number 7 was guarded by number 7, Rush Wright. But a bullet throw and a touchdown for St. James. Failed to mention there was no scoring at all in the 3rd quarter. But Craig with a 12-yard touchdown pass, 11-yard pass officially. And St. James has cut the lead to 11. It would do no good for St. James to go for 2 here because that would only cut the lead to 9, still a 2-point conversion. So Hines is going to be in to attempt the extra point. Score now 31-20. A little bit of a bounce on the snap, but Hines is true. Kick is good. 10:09, 31-21, and St. James is back in the game. 10:09 remaining in regulation. You're listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Welcome to Flavor Showdown! It's time for the lightning round. A snack that's actually a meal.
Zaxby's Big Zax Snack?
A superhero would have this superpower.
Grilled chicken sandwich vision!
Now your favorite Zaxby's meals are only $5.99. The Big Zax Snack, boneless wings, kickin' chicken sandwich, chicken finger sandwich, or the grilled chicken sandwich meal, each served with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce drink.
Zaxby's, friends, family, flavor. Limited time only. Participating locations only.
Wanna see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss? Well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
This is Polly Hardigree, Montgomery County President at Riverbank and Trust. As your hometown community bank, we are proud to support local high school sports programs, especially St. James Friday Night Lights. Go Trojans! Best wishes on a great season. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We all know what kind of perfect kick Hines executed last week. Tallasse has their hands team in, and it is a bouncing kick, which is fielded by Rush Wright at the 34-yard line. And he got a bit of room. There is a flag at about the 50-yard line in the middle of the field, in the neighborhood of where Grant Phillips and Will Blackwell were standing. It was nowhere near the play.
Yeah, the Tallasse players are kind of motioning back to their sideline and blocking the back.
Okay, which is weird because they're nowhere near the tackler. It's on the sidelines. It is a block in the back against Tallasse, and they'll be marked off 10 yards from where the ball went out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Or at the 45-yard line, ball will be back to the 35, and Tallasse will have it there first down at 10. We'll see now if Tallasse goes into ground mode to try to run clock. 9:53 remaining. St. James needs the ball twice more. Green with the handoff is going to find room up to the 40 and the 41-yard line. Went behind the line of the block of number 71, Zaron Lattimore. And the pickup's going to be about 7 yards. That's can't be giving up that much yardage on first down. That keeps them ahead of the sticks, and the clock will run. St. James trailing by 10, 31-21. It is second down. The dangerous King on the far side. No, that's Chumley being guarded by Perry. King's on the sideline. And this time the ball is kept by Morris, and he's going to be taken down short of first down yardage. Looked like he had an opening up the middle, but decided to go toward the sideline. He's going to be taken down at the 42-yard line. That's maybe a yard gain. Needs to get to the 45-yard line. He's at 42, third down, and 3 yards to go inside 9 minutes. Big stop here for St. James. King coming into the game on the far sideline. Jackson Clifford is assigned to him, and they've got Phillips on this side as well. Let's see if St. James can get some pressure. The ball handed to Green.
Good play. Get him down.
Dear. Well, looked like number 57, Will Steenwinder, was going to get the tackle.
I like
they
our
did get the tackle, but the
spot
ball
on this side. I don't know about the far side.
And the ball is spotted right at the 45-yard line. That impetus was just enough to get to the line, and it will be a Tallasse first down. Thought Steenwinder had to stop at the line of scrimmage, but Green, who's probably had 25, 30 carries tonight, and it's got to be over 100 yards by now. Nothing big, but he's getting them in 5- and 6-yard chunks, and the clock runs down to the 8-minute mark. Tallasse 31, St. James 21, first down. Still in Tallasse territory at the 45-yard line. Low snap. Morris gets the ball. He's being held, flag on the play.
Yep, there we go. Couple of them now.
Yeah, several flags on the play. Morris got into Trojan territory but have a 10-yard gain, but Will Wright was just absolutely bear hugged.
Yep.
That's probably the third time this game, and this time it was correctly called. And ball right at the, just like the block in the back penalty on the kickoff, ball's going to go back from the 45 to the 35-yard line, although this time instead of first down and 10, it's going to be first down and 20. This is a must stop for St. James.
If we could keep them here and kind of maintain some field position, it'd be really, really good.
Right. Once again, Green in the backfield. The ball is handed off, though, to King. Sweeping. He's going to cut the ball up the middle. He gets by Perry and gets by another tackler, but he's going to be taken down out of bounds. He didn't make up the 10 penalty yards, but the clock is continuing to run, although he's out of bounds. They don't seem to be able to stop the clock when
It's
the ball goes
unbelievable.
out of bounds. Clock's going to run down to 7 minutes, and that was about a 7-yard gain. It'll be second down and 13.
This is it's unbelievable. We've probably lost 3 or 4 minutes of time.
No doubt. Coach Corley is livid, as you expect, but he's got to watch it as we have a sideline warning. They're down a low snap. Green takes the ball. He's going to get the ball up to the 45, maybe the 47-yard line. Taken down by Clifford. Charlie Cutler in there on the stop as well. Third down and 8. The clock continues to run, 6:35 and counting, when sometimes it shouldn't be. And Tallasse really in no hurry to run a play. They need 8 yards to continue this drive. I would say we need an incomplete pass or an out of bounds, but you can't guarantee it'll stop the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
15 seconds on the play clock will take us down to the 6-minute one. St. James jumped and
No
did
way.
not cross the
No
line,
way.
but they're gonna
Oh,
throw a
that's
flag.
terrible. The guy on the absolute longest distance from it called it. The one closer to him did not call it. What a joke.
And he did not cross the line of
No,
scrimmage.
no. Just so happens that the one on the St. James sideline threw the flag.
This referee on this sideline is not making any friends and will not be on
No.
anybody's Christmas card list. 3rd and 8 is now 3rd and 3. And that's a big difference in the play calling, and that eats up even more time off the clock. With 25 seconds to go on the play clock, Tallasse is definitely in no hurry.
They're in official milk
run a
mode
play
now.
And this now becomes a mandatory stop. 10 seconds to go, and now Tallasse ready to call the play. Morris is going to take the carry, and he's going
Good
to
play,
take that.
Mills. Miles Zukowski, and we got a flag.
And we got a flag. That's got to be a holding, you would think. Ball
Golly,
back
what
at
a
the 48.
decision. What a decision. You're going to be looking at about 4th and 7 or 3rd and
I would not
15.
think they would take the penalty. They can't
No.
afford to let more time run off. The play loses back to the 49-yard line back in Tallasse territory. And St. James indeed has decided to decline the penalty.
That was a Miles Zukowski special.
Right.
Just straight through the gap.
And Hines, who was behind the play, just was dragged down. So, unfortunately, the ball was in play and the clock will run. But they didn't start the clock this time until 5 seconds after it was started. And Tallasse is going to go for it. 4th down, 7 yards to go. They need to get to the St. James 45. Time to pass. The ball is thrown up high, and it is going to be incomplete. I was afraid somebody was going to try to intercept the pass,
Yep.
which would have been a no-brainer.
Potentially give up a bunch of yardage.
And the clock is still running.
Why is it is?
Why is the
clock
clock
still running? He's waved it off. Now they finally stop it.
The clock runs 15 seconds after an incomplete pass. Somebody on the field, they need to make sure that clock is reset. I mean, they did reset the clock to 5:06.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Okay.
So Tallasse turns the ball over on downs in their own territory. St. James has 1st and 10 at the Tallasse 49-yard line. Some of you may remember we had a junior varsity game this year where, quite frankly, we had referees that did not understand when to start and stop the clock. And I hope this is not the case. Hope these referees are not auditioning for the playoffs because they're not doing too well. We had an incomplete pass intended for Corley, went through his hands and fortunately hit the ground before McKenzie could possibly intercept. That stops the clock. You have to check it every chance. 5 minutes to go. Regulation, St. James trailing 31-21. St. James does have all 3 of its timeouts, which may come in handy, but like the last drive, a score here is mandatory, and field goal would be good. A touchdown would be infinitely better. Perry back to pass, and that pass is overthrown and closer to Jaden McKenzie than Mason Craig. Incomplete. And it will be 3rd down and 10. Got Andrew Shalata now into the game. He's been inserted as wide receiver. Can't tell who our regular wide receiver is on the sidelines. Of course, as you know, Tabor Alford not available for this game and probably out for the rest of the season. We hope not, but, we'll get him back ready for baseball, but he certainly missed. Craig and Corley on the near side, Shalata on the far sideline. Now Hines in motion. 3rd down and 10. Pass over the middle was tipped, but it's caught, and Corley
Good job, Braylon.
breaks a tackle.
Breaks another tackle.
And gets out of bounds. Stop the clock. They did. That's good. Down to the 33-yard line, 16-yard gain. And that is a 1st down, St. James. That's one of those times when the tearaway jersey would have come in handy. Maybe remember seeing those back in the 70s and 80s in college. And Corley, I know, has got to be worn out. He's playing every play, offense and defense. But he's tough. 4:43 remaining in regulation. 1st down and 10, St. James at the Tallassee 33-yard line. Ball faked to Phillips, and Perry keeps it, and he's going to get 5 yards before he's wrapped up by Hooks.
The quarterback, number 15, Perry, the ball carrier.
So that'll be a 5-yard gain. Clock does continue to run. It will be 2nd down. St. James needs to get a little hurry up going here, and they do have a bit of tempo. Get everybody on the line. Tallassee did not substitute, so everybody's in place. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Over the middle, caught by Corley. 1st down.
That route again.
And he's down to the 15-yard line. That is the route of choice tonight by Perry. That slant route.
Quick slant off the hash.
And number 26, McCoy, and 23, Hewley are the victims every time. They're both there in the middle linebacker place, but they seem to be getting burned over and over. Ball handed off to Connor, and he's going to try to find room on the outside, and he just doesn't have the speed with the bulky brace. He's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage just inside the 16-yard line. It will be 2nd down. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go. St. James has held Tallassee scoreless in the second half. Give them credit for that. They picked up 1 touchdown for their own, and they're in the Tiger red zone. 2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 16. Perry has time to pass. You better throw it quick. He does. It's intercepted. Thrown right to a Tiger at the goal line and taken down. That is number 6. Kevin Mason. He was
intercepted by number 8.
And it looks like a flag is thrown. Looks like they'll probably get Tallassee for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but ball was thrown and went right to Mason at about the 2-yard line, ran the ball out to the 7 before he was tackled, and a flag came in well after the play was over. Officials are discussing if the foul is on Tallassee, it'll be no more than a 3 or 4 yard penalty if it's half the distance. You would have to think that would be some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And that is the case. And it is just a one-way. So that will put the ball back at the 4 yard line. Tallassee, though, does have the ball. Clock down to 3 minutes, 18 seconds. And St. James still trailing by 10.
Quick update of the scoreboard. In the 4th quarter, it's Bullitt County 21, BTW 12. So that's very interesting. And a Bullitt County win assures St. James no less than second.
That's correct. Assuming that St. James wins next week. Well, actually, they would not have to.
Correct.
We could use another bad snap right now.
Yes.
Where's
Will Wright, where you at?
You need him. Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. He's on the left side.
Yep, he's out there.
It is 1st down. The ball is actually spotted at the 3 yard line. Tallassee asked for and got a reset of the 25-second clock, but on the change of possession, 3:18 is time is their favor, and he is going to be dropped.
He lost yards. He lost yards
at the 1 yard line. And a
DJ Edwards
timeout
got in there and
Right.
just blew it up.
blew it up. An immediate timeout is called, and you would think that has to be by St. James. It is.
Yeah, Coach Blackwell was running down the sideline.
Right. There'd be no need for Tallasse to call a timeout, so that is their first timeout. Clock actually reset, thank you, to 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Let's take a quick timeout. St. James football on WRBZ.
Do you ever see someone with a smile on their face and wonder, what have they been doing? It could be because they just left the offices of Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Bootner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, as well as offering an in-house discounted membership plan for patients without insurance. Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Visit them at montgomerydentistry.com.
A Regions checking account can help you take your next step in life by giving you smarter, more convenient ways to manage your money. Open a Regions checking account today and bank safely and securely in a branch, online, on your phone, or with a phone call. You'll also love conveniences like text alerts, Regions mobile deposit, and our new bill pay system. Ready to move your life forward? To open a Regions checking account today, visit a branch or log on to regions.com/open now. Regions Bank. Message and data fees may apply to mobile services. Mobile deposit subject to fees.
We are back after the St. James timeout. Quarterback Morris kept the ball and got the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, the 3-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. The clock is inside 3 minutes. St. James opts not to use their second timeout. A stop here is mandatory. Trojans wanted to make a defensive substitution, send in Luke Catchings, but they were unable to. 5 seconds left on the play clock. 3-2, and in the end zone is Green. He's going to get out of the end zone. I think he is, but he's going to be taken down at the 2-yard line. Wrestle the ball loose, they might call it, and very quickly timeout called by St. James.
Pruitt Connor run his tail off to that sideline with him step for step and held on till he could get some help.
Right, and you know that had to be painful on that, with that limited mobility. Timeout St. James, that's their second. The play failed again. The ball's going to be at the 3-yard line. 4th down, Tallasse will have to punt. St. James is down to 1 timeout, so time is of the essence. We'll see maybe a bad snap. Will St. James put their punt block on? You don't want to risk a penalty. St. James appears is not going to have anybody. I think this may be the first time Tallasse has even punted tonight. I don't recall them doing it.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
St. James has nobody deep, which is always scary because if the punter can throw the ball. Number 24, Hudson Timmerman, is the punter. He's about 2 yards inside the end zone. Now Andrew Chalet is back a little bit, but St. James has 10 up to the line of scrimmage. Only one coverer. You can use a bad snap to perfect snap, and the kick is
Terrible
low.
kick.
Terrible kick. It's going
Just
to
let
get
it go.
bounced, but it's going to roll dead quickly. What was going on there? The ball was fallen upon by a St. James player, I guess, to stop the clock.
I don't understand that at all.
No, I'm sure that will be reviewed. That was number 18, Wilson Aman, I guess felt the need to fall on the ball to stop the clock, although it rolled dead at the 30-yard line. It's too bad somebody didn't stick their hand up because that ball was like Rodriguez's field goal. Couldn't have been more than 5-6 yards off the ground.
Yeah, both of them really struggled to get over their own snapper's head.
St. James has 1st down and 10 at the Tiger 30. Time is of the essence. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in regulation. 10-point lead. Need a score and then probably need an onside kick. Perry over the middle. Pass is intended for Corley. It's incomplete. Number 3, Chumley on the coverage. Some of the St. James fans say he might have gotten there a little early, but I can't really argue with that one. Looked like
pretty well timed.
Yeah. I've seen worse in this game not called.
Yes. We've got a stoppage for something. Oh, we got a Tallasse player down.
There's a Tallasse player down on the far sidelines. There's one down on the field also. The player on the sidelines is up. Is that number 4, King, who's down perhaps?
He's kneeling. Looks like his helmet's off.
Teams
Special
on the
thanks.
sidelines. He's getting up
It is
now.
number 4,
That
yep.
is number 4, King.
Special thanks to our good friend Sonny Brassfield has just confirmed that Bullitt County has held on to win. So St. James is assured a home playoff game.
That has to be the biggest win for Bullitt County, I'd say, probably in the last decade. And that was at Booker T. Washington.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you know, those two teams play every year, and they have a fierce rivalry. And Bullitt County, their chances of getting to the playoffs are limited. They're going to need Hanley to find a way to lose another game. But kudos to Bullitt County. They're not the beating horse they once were. So King makes his way off the sidelines. Congratulations to Bullitt County and congratulations to the Trojans. Looks like we will be having a home playoff game. But not to worry about that. Let's have a home playoff game against a 4th seed. Second down, 10 yards to go, under 2 minutes to go, and plenty of time left on the play clock after the injury. Perry's back, has plenty of time to throw. He's running, and looks like he's going to run. He's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Little extra, of course not. Nope.
No. Was he inbounds? Apparently he was. They did stop the clock. The ball's down to the 27-yard line. It's a short game, but he did get out of bounds. The ball's going to be at the 27. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. It'll be third down and 7 yards to go. And you have to wonder if St. James doesn't convert here, would they risk a long field goal to try to get the game to one possession, or do they think they need the touchdown here? Let's convert this third down and make it a moot point. Third down, 7 yards to go. Perry has time. He finds Craig over the middle, and the ball went through his hands and incomplete, and could have been intercepted by Cortland Roberts if he'd been paying attention. It is 4th down and 7, and it looks like if Craig would have caught that ball, I think he would have had the first down at least and would have been near a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would have been first down for sure.
So coaches have decided that it's all or nothing here. Perry needs the first down.
4th down, 7.
I guess it would be about a 46-yarder, 40.
That's true.
So that'd probably be a little healthy for Dylan.
That's true. 4th down and 7. Pass is incomplete. There was confusion. Craig was headed toward the end zone, and Corley turned around at the 20-yard line, and the ball was thrown at Corley's distance, but where Craig was, and Tallasse is going to take over on downs, 1st and 10. They probably will not be able to run the entire clock out, but with only one timeout, St. James is going to need a massive miracle here to have another chance to score. 1 minute, 35 seconds to go. The St. James defense, which gave up 31 points in the first half, has done a fantastic job, but the offense has just not had but one scoring opportunity. They did convert it, but Tallasse has a 10-point lead, and they're almost in a safe mode. The handoff, and they are going to down the ball. There's a flag on the play.
They're going to get offsides, but it looked like the guard moved.
And they believe they may have also had too many people in the backfield. The clock is still running. It's finally stopped at 1:20. And, a penalty will just give 1st and 5. So,
it's on the offense. They called it on the guard.
Yeah, I think it was on the guard.
It looked like he moved first. It really did.
And I still think they also had too many people, and you shouldn't be taking the penalty here. That's giving them an extra down, but it is stopping the clock. And the clock was
I guess
reset.
the down never happened. They're
okay. Well, if that's the case, then it's a false start. They reset the clock to 1:31, so it'll be 1st down and 15. But now McKenzie and King are even a more safe thing, and it's an immediate down. 5 yards back, 2nd down and 10. The clock is running. So St. James looks as if they're fantastic 28-game region winning streak is going to come to an end, but you can't complain, considering the fact that we had, I believe it was 6 starters who were unable to play. They've done a fantastic job, and Tallasse is no slouch. They're going to be a tough team in the playoffs, and so will St. James. Hopefully they can get healthy, and like I said, thanks to Bullitt County, it looks like they'll be playing a home game. Second down, and it looks like Tallasse actually will be able to run the clock out if St. James chooses not to take the timeout. There's 38 seconds on the clock and 37 seconds on the play clock, so even if they let this play go, they probably won't have time to call the timeout. 31-21 in the last few seconds. The Tallasse sidelines is exciting. St. James looks a little down, but you cannot question the effort.
No, absolutely not. I mean, the second half, the defense did everything you could ask. Didn't give up any scores. Got a stop on turnover on downs, a missed field goal.
Right. And there's
an
the
interception.
Right. There's the final play of the game, and Tallasse is going to leave the field with a 31-21 win. They move to 5-1 in the region. St. James moves to 5-1 in the region, and Will Wright, and somebody is mouthing off a little bit. And there we go. Cooler heads are meeting as the teams meet out on the field. Once again, the final score, Tallasse 31 to St. James 21. We'll wrap it up, maybe get a few more scores after a 2-minute break. The final break, you're listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Hi, Montgomery County Probate Judge J.C. Love here. I want to wish the St. James Trojans an exciting and successful season. We're cheering for you every step of the way. Go Trojans. And while you're gearing up for the games, don't forget to protect what's important off the field too. Our REACT program helps safeguard your property from fraud and theft. Visit our website or call us today to learn more about REACT and how you can protect your home and investment. Let's have a great football season and a secure future. Go Trojans.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm glad to see that you are a proud supporter of St. James football, but also remember, when you're going out to the football game, make sure you pack a designated driver. Right now, during the holiday season and coming up holiday season, we can see a lot of people on the roads, and we want you to feel safe. So make sure when you're packing your tailgate supplies that you pack a designated driver.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these 3 words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
We are back. Tallasse has just defeated St. James 31-21. St. James drops to 5-4 overall. Hard to believe that the season is 90% complete, the regular season. Tallasse improves. Well, it's kind of tough to say what their record is because it's still not been decided whether their incomplete game against Elmore County is going to count as a tie or a no game, but they are 5-1 in the region along with St. James, and it appears they will tie, assuming that both teams win next week, which is predicted, that they would tie for the region championship thanks to Bullitt County defeating BTW tonight.
Yep, 21-20. That game was final.
Okay, 21-20, so it got really close. And those of you watching on the Facebook Live saw our crutches crew, I guess we can call them, out on the field. And Coach Blackwell hopefully is giving everybody congratulations because it was a a hard-fought effort against a very tough team. This is a very tough place to play, and you really cannot, again, you cannot question the effort, but St. James has managed to play their way into the playoffs and very likely a home game, and they've only got one more game left this season. That'll be next Friday night at Munford. We'll talk about that a little later, but let's pass it over to Steve and let's get some statistics.
Yeah, second half, obviously a little better. We know that because we scored and maybe moved the ball a little bit. 12 carries, 40 yards rushing. Chase was 5 of 13 for 82 yards and a touchdown in the second half. So 122 yards for the second half, total for 217 of total offense. Braylon Corley, really, really good second half of football. Five catches on 7 targets for 71 yards. Mason Craig with the one catch for 11-yard touchdown. That really kind of put a spark in the team and helped the defense, and they really played great. So the defense really did its job. Tackles, no surprise that Miles Zakowski will lead the team in tackles tonight, 6.5. Pruitt Connor played a lot more in the second half than we saw. Probably got a little loose and felt good. 3.5 tackles. Grant Phillips, Charlie Cutler, and Mason Craig all had 3 tackles themselves. So several other. Chase Perry with his, like you said, his first career interception, at least at the varsity level, for sure. Dylan Hines has continued to just create pressure and wreak havoc. Had a sack. Will Wright, obviously, with that fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown. So the defense really, really rose to the occasion, especially in the second half. So there is a silver lining that we got things to play for, and the team is still playing together, and the kids are really working hard.
Right, and you can give kudos to the offensive line because they gave Perry time to throw the ball tonight.
Yeah.
I said, I don't believe he was sacked once. May have had a negative run or such, but
especially in the second half when it became a clock-sensitive throwing offense.
Exactly. This game is kind of reminiscent of the Trinity game. If you take out the last 3 minutes of the second quarter, St. James actually scored more points than Tallassee, but it's just the late there in the second quarter, Tallassee had the momentum and took advantage of a turnover and some fantastic field position, and they're going to walk away with the victory 31-21. What's only their second home game of the season, while St. James has only played 2 games outside of Montgomery. We'll wrap it up real quick. Again, the first scrimmage play of the game, kind of may have set the tone for it. Zakowski carried the ball and appeared to be stopped. The ball came loose. There was no whistle blown, and Jaden Gordon ran it back 29 yards for a fumble. And 27 seconds into the game, Tallassee was up 7-0. St. James responded with a fantastic drive. It took up half of the first quarter. Chase Perry had 2 carries down on the goal line. The second one for a yard, and it was good. Dylan Hines, again, perfect kicking tonight. His extra point tied the game at 7-7. Tallassee scored later in the first quarter on a sweep by Jordan King. He's the fastest man on the field, and he showed it several times tonight. It was a 40-yard run. Nobody could have caught him. Rodriguez, who was almost perfect on his kicks tonight, except for one wayward field goal, gave Tallassee a 14-7 lead. And then after a deep Dylan Hines punt pinned Tallassee back, Will Wright recovered a wayward snap. Just absolute amazing recovery as he was rolling. How the ball stayed out of the back of the end zone was great. So he was given credit for a touchdown, and St. James had the game tied with 5:16 to go at 14-14. Unfortunately, the next play, Tallassee was back in the lead as Jalen McKenzie returned the kickoff 76 yards, and that kind of started the downfall for the Trojans as they gave up 17 points in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. Jordan King caught a 14-yard touchdown pass over the middle, a slant play which St. James used very frequently tonight and very effectively. And then William Rodriguez kicked a 40-yard field goal. Again, that was a line drive bullet that it was amazing that it just didn't hit somebody's helmet as low as the kick was. But they gave Tallassee a 31-14 lead. They would not score in the second half. Kudos to the St. James defense. And a Mason Craig caught an 11-yard touchdown pass over the middle to start the fourth quarter from Chase Perry, but St. James got close several times to an interception at the end zone, turned the ball over on downs on the last drive. and Tallassee held on for a 31-21 victory. Again, St. James drops to 5-4 on the season. But, again, after the second game of the season, how many people thought this team was going to win 5 games? Not many. And like I said, they're 5-1 in the region with their final region game next Friday night. That will be at Munford. That will be the highest elevation St. James has ever played in the shadows of Mount Cheehaw, not too far away from Talladega. We hope you're able to come up there to the game in Munford. A lovely drive and probably some lovely people in Munford. But if you can't make the game, of course, you can listen, and it'll be me again next week. Me and Steve, the B team. We'll call ourselves the A team up in Munford here on WRBZ Radio. That is going to wrap up our broadcast tonight from Hot O'Brien Stadium. A huge thanks to the press box staff here at Hot O'Brien for welcoming us. I know known a lot of them for quite a long time, and there's some great people. Thanks again to Steve Cutler, who gets this thing going just absolutely easily, and I'm in awe for it. I can't thank him enough. I'm J.R. Brown. I hope you've tolerated me tonight. And one of these games, I'm going to go win for the Trojans on the radio. Once again, your final score tonight, Tallassee 31, St. James 21. The team should be home in about an hour and a half, I hope, for all you parents waiting to see them. Thanks again for everybody in the River region listening to us on 95.5 FM and everybody around the world, including some friends of mine in Florida who are watching on the WRBZ Facebook page. That's all here from Tallassee. We'll talk to you next week. Good night, everybody. Drive home safely. And wherever you are, Steve, hope you're driving safely. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to tonight's St. James Trojans broadcast. This year, our sponsors are Gunthorpe Financial, Montgomery Dentistry, Zaxby's, Breck Honey State Farm, Regions Bank, Alabama 811, J.C. Love Probate Judge, Merrill Lynch Webb Chastain, Adams Drugs, Brindle Sprinkler Company, Southern Specialty Physicians, Alabama One Credit Union, TW Orthodontics, Moore Company Realtors, Montgomery County Sheriff Derek Cunningham, Encore Rehab, Merrill Lynch Jake Ray, CB&S Bank, Just for Grins Orthodontics, Riverbank and Trust, Gulf States Distributors, Cadell Construction, Dentistry for Children, Katie Steenwinder, Houston Clinic, Cross Country Mortgage, Doug's 2 Salon, and Montgomery Paint and Body. Join us again next week for another night of exciting St. James Trojans football on WRBZ